back to within the confines of the game, in which you have avoided. Well, actually, no. You guys just bullied the hell out of the Nargacuga, and then found yourself within the residence of what looks like to be some sort of group or various people that have decided to hide for reasons involving about 90% of your family here. With the guidance unwillingly from Happy, you found yourself here, as well as the verbal guidance of a tree. Yeah, we pick back up. Happy had just walked away, giving you some words to leave you off in as he trails off on his own. And here you are.
All right, you two. And Victor says, says, gesturing to Spicitus and Cersei. All right, you two. All right, you two. We're going to the medics. Need to get those cuts actually looked at.
It's just a scratch.
You literally collapsed.
I mean, it is technically just a scratch. But no, you're right. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
I highly doubt that the cauterization is going to last for long.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it'd be good to know, but maybe not now.
I would rather know if it's going to. I would rather get the opinion of someone who actually knows what they're doing before we just assume.
Okay, so are we all still in the staircase as like Quinn let us down and then Happy showed up and we're claiming he's the mage? Right?
Yeah, Happy had just finished talking to you. Quinn is along with your father, speaking to your mother, not too far off. Since Happy was like, "Oh, can you give us a moment?" and Happy just left you there. Before you down here, it looks like a tavern almost. It's pretty beat down. It doesn't seem. It was remnants of it being a tavern at some point, maybe for some lesser known thieves group or something, or of the sorts, considering how hidden it is.
Gives me heavy vibes of being called the Old Oak Inn.
Yeah,
Owen.
could have been at some point, but it now seems to have been repurposed as a hiding place for the individuals that reside within here. For whatever reason, they decide not everyone within Stig Heist is hiding from the new rule, but it seems that certain individuals are.
Besides my family and stuff, and Quinn and like that, are there any other like I don't want to say like only familiar faces, but can I just get a general perception on the crowd? Is that okay?
Yeah.
I want to take and see who's here. Is this more like nobility based? Are these like my parents and like general people, guard based, like that kind of?
Taking a look around, you see a lot of the people here. You notice and recognize a couple of people here and there. There seems to be some maids and some butlers from your castle that reside within these walls, as well as some of the guardsmen. Maybe individuals who did not agree with new order and questioned rightfully. You do see some individuals that seem kind of noblish in nature, but their clothing says otherwise. And you see some residents here that don't seem as, how do I say, the people of Stigheist generally, especially within the larger cities, kind of give a shady demeanor to them.
Everybody's depressed, yeah.
But some of the people here are clearly giving a much more shady demeanor. There are individuals here that have indications of some sort of crime history to them. Especially as a thief that would know indicators like tattoos or thieves' can't. You're getting a lot of
Ooh,
that.
I know if you can't.
You're getting a lot of that
And
from
I can
some of the
see that.
individuals here.
Most recently, we've gotten the most usage of our background traits and whatnot.
Backgrounds.
Let's go. Out of curiosity, any Ganassi?
Within these walls, no.
Damn.
That would be a hard thing to miss unless they were fully covering themselves.
Like one of the
So
shady
just the one next to us.
individuals.
In the corner, low key, I'm gonna be so honest. I was really hoping Cirrus would be here just so Castilla could chew his ass out.
Or at least get a sign of, hey, at least one of them's on our side, most likely.
Oh no, Castilla just wants to yell at him.
Fair enough.
To be fair, if any of her Smith's family was gonna be here, it'd be that one aunt and cousin.
Or what about little sister? But she's in a coma.
Yeah, Girlie's in a
she's
coma in the castle. She's not gonna be here.
Yeah. Well, maybe they broke her out. I don't know.
We want to go to the infirmary then.
Yeah.
We should
Is this-
probably get checked out before we do much.
Yeah.
Is this place like
Vita's,
obviously laid out like that? Is it like a kind of like a there's the kitchen, for example, there's the infirmary, there's the bedrooms. Is it kind of very obviously separated, or is it kind of like it kind of gives me like chaos medic tent where like everyone is everywhere and there's no like set organization in this kind of place?
It's much more. I would say it's kind of in the middle. It's almost like when people take shelter within a auditorium or a gymnasium.
Like during a hurricane, they have all the
Mhm.
beds set up.
You see indications of places where the sick and the injured are, so you can kind of tell where they
Right.
would be being treated. But it's as organized as can be within the residence.
Okay.
Yeah, I also just remember being mentioned that like that we can see an area that would most likely be designated to the medic area.
Yeah, they are injured individuals down here.
What kind of injuries, if we can see off chance?
If you were to get closer, you can check it out.
Well, I'm not gonna do that just yet, but I will. Think we probably need to get down these stairs.
You're at the bottom of the stairs. You're basically standing at the entrance right now. Yeah.
I
that's
assume
the
it was sorry. I assume it was very easy to see this whole group of very colorful individuals coming downstairs. We're obviously were noticed, but is there any like key people who were like, "Oh,
You were given eyes at the start, but seeing that you came down with Quinn, and your father,
mom?" Because
Ye-
August is
well, At first,
Oh wait, no,
seeing
people
where
are
you
looking
came
at the
down
weird guy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
with Quinn and your father, there was a sign of perhaps there's nothing to really worry about. At the sight of your mother, it seems most of the whispers and attention was drawn away from you guys when your mother was seen, considering that most people thought she was murdered.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully not these guys, unless everyone here fully thought Castilla murdered her mom. Uh-oh. Okay, let's do this.
I mean, everyone seems pretty as calm as they can be. Nobody's got pitchforks or anything, so that's always a good start.
Considering the fact that this is likely the closest thing that this place has got to resistance, I doubt that they'd be following the bounties from the new rulers. As Victor says that, he is going to start walking towards, slowly walking towards the medical area, basically trying to just since basically just trying to just guide the group to there.
Mm-hmm.
Since for whatever fucking reason, the two people who need medical attention do not evidently do not seem to view that as a important thing to deal with.
No.
I mean, you guys choose what part of the room you choose to interact with. I'll wait for you guys to say.
Is there somebody actively like I don't want to say on medical duty, but like if they're obviously healing somebody mid-moment, we can wait 2 seconds like on the side. But
Yeah.
I
So-
don't want to be like, look, heal us now. Like,
Approaching the medical area, at least within approaching the medical area, you can see that it doesn't seem like there's a dedicated. How do I say this? There's dedicated people treating individuals, but there's no one in sight that seems to have anything past a certain point of knowledge when it comes to that. Because most of the people treating the sick are a lot of the help you had within the castle, like the maids and stuff. So medical attention past what you guys are capable of is not going to be easy to find here. It doesn't seem like they're
Okay.
apt.
As we walk toward that medical area, how many people would you say are being attended to at this time? Like just the classic, people bleeding, people laying there. I don't know, degree of injury. Like what's
Which you
vibe?
see. There's this section is kind of closed a bit with white sheets, but you can see in it, not especially because you were approaching it pretty
Mhm.
easy. There's at the very least around 12 or 13 people laying on the ground within some sort of either on top of some sort of blankets or partly covered.
Mhm.
No one seems to be bleeding profusely in any means. Their injuries are much different.
Mhm.
What strikes you is the almost blackened veins
Oh
that are
no!
coming from various
Oh.
parts.
The black veins. Oh, I can't do anything for that.
We can at the very least borrow some acquire some more actual medical equipment on it and I'm pretty sure it was you, Spiss, that's mentioned cutting out the cutting out the wounded flesh and actually allowing that to heal, which stitching.
I mean, I think isn't that wow, that was not the voice. Hold on, 2 seconds. I think I for some reason dropped into my like Russian-esque accent for some reason. Isn't that kind of didn't the dwarf guy from the tavern? Isn't that why he was like, I chopped my arm off? Because
Yeah,
he
that.
thought that would heal it, which presumably it did, because he looked fine. But I don't know if that's what we should. What we just go in and say, "Hey guys, just cut your limbs off. You'll be fine."
Oh, the
Feels a bit
black.
dark.
Yeah, that's the black veins. Yeah, but I do believe, if I remember recall correctly, that man lost his arm by a creature, not that he chose to cut it off.
So he thought he chose to cut it off. I clearly wasn't listening. I mean,
How
do
about
any of these guys that are on these beds? Is it like dire? Like it looks like the black veins have been creeping for a while, or are they like kind of mixed stages of like some are new, some seem like they've creeped up the limb a lot?
It seems like they have been somewhat organized in that way by the people tending to them.
Kind.
Individuals that are not necessarily being treated as much tend to have less of the blackening happening. There are individuals with some arms, a hand or so, and you see some people that are currently not necessarily even conscious. There's signs of breathing, but most of the blackening is throughout their body.
oh no.
It seems to, with the bare chest of this man you currently see, somewhere within his mid ages, human man. He the blackening seems to be covering his entire skin, still in a more like vein manner, like it's really showing the veins that go across the skins within the blackened. But around the heart is where it seems to circle.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to blacken within the heart itself. It seems to almost circle around and then continue throughout the rest of the veins.
Huh.
It's a strange sight. It's almost like seeing someone tattooed almost everywhere with intricate lining, and then there's just a untatted circle where the heart would be.
I don't think it'll help this man, but I don't know if it'll alleviate some sort of maybe pain or something. But he is one of the targets. But can I pick like 5 other people in this room that seem pretty bad, like really quite worse for wear? And as I'm like walking toward the area, I'll cast Mass Cure Wounds on 6 of them, just to maybe alleviate some sort of pain. But I'm doing it like quietly. I'm not like saying anything out loud. I'm just like, it is a verbal component, so people can technically hear her, but she's just like, whispering it as she walks into the room. And I get 21 points of healing if they need it.
As you cast Mass Cure Wounds on them, you can see the radiant, more natural light that comes from the Mass Cure Wounds blacken. A reaction you've seen before.
My best friend.
It does not find surface. This was something you've seen, if you don't exactly remember yourself,
No, I do. I was just hoping that it would be different. I'm begging that things might be different. Yeah. I really wasn't equipped for the whole black vein thing. You know, I feel like I had other things that I could try, but I have not. I've not got any of those spells.
The more you stare at the black veins, the more they look very familiar. You've
Like,
seen them before.
sorry.
Yep.
You've seen individuals inflicted with them. You've seen how when Raven and Pearl were assaulted by the sisters, it left a similar effect. But it goes way before that. The beautiful lands of your Feywild.
It's from the beginning.
The blight.
The blackened veined blight.
Mm-hmm.
The patterns that the lining follow are identical.
Yeah. I mean, watching it, and she sort of stares, almost that like blank, like she's staring through something, and then she sort of raises her hand and flexes her fingers, and that like the blight spell that she casts that looks like the blight in her home kind of runs up her arm for a second and then disappears. Perfect. Wonderful. Couldn't fix it there, can't fix it here.
Are you okay?
This this, and she sort of gestures into the room. I guess seeing this kind of reminds me of we back in the Feywild, you guys saw some of the damage that's been done by the blight, and that, and she sort of gestures to the area that has like the really bad people, like the people that have got it like all over their bodies. It's if it's not the same, it's very, very similar, and we've been dealing with it for as long as I can remember, and we've not been able to fix it. The most we could do was burn it, and that only saved it for a while. It came back stronger and always pushed our boundaries, and we kept retreating, and I don't know how to fix it. If it's the same thing.
Castilla's just gonna put a hand on Cersei's shoulder. I'm not asking you to fix it, but I appreciate you telling me. I think this is, well, I think it's one of our favorite friends doing this, and perhaps we defeat her, we fix it, and if we don't, then we learn how to problem solve.
Yeah.
Didn't you say a blight, once you do that wildfire stuff, is almost like trying to help the new land grow?
It
Right.
is, but
Well, then you gotta light her ass on fire. I don't know how else to say that.
I really appreciate the confidence. I
think
don't know. It worked for a really, really long time. It kept it back, and then it didn't. And now it's here, and it's affecting your people, which is odd, I feel, because it affected our land far more than it affected the people. Obviously, people got sick. It's not like it didn't happen. It's just
not the same
odd.
effect. I think, again, this is intentional. this is meant to harm now. I think maybe your land, unfortunately, was the test subjects from how I'm understanding things.
I mean, I suppose technically, I guess, the Feywild is always alive. It's a living creature.
Just like the realm, just like souls, just like it's an effort to go to nothing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we're not
But
going to let them do that.
we're not. I just,
Nothing can't exist. There is no nothing in concept, truly.
true.
There is, but there isn't. Just
I
think
just,
it's ironic that's what they want.
yeah. I just, and she kind of looks back at the people and then back at Castilla. I just, I don't know how to tell you. And she telepathically switches because she doesn't want to say it out loud, because she doesn't want the people to hear that are currently dying. I don't know if there's a way to save those people.
We'll do our best. I'll do my best.
We will. I'll burn up whatever you need me to burn, I guess.
I will ask. I do feel. Would it be out of the question for Victa to be, as those two are talking, to just go off and try and find some excess supplies like bandages or whatever that he could just quick like a wrap of bandages he could quickly borrow to properly wrap Spiss and Castilla's wounds as opposed to the torn up shirt they're currently wrapped under.
Just like
it's
heal
not-
yourself.
It's not out of place to find perhaps a gauze, a couple of gauzes that can be used.
Yeah, some gauze and some like antiseptic, alcohol, whatever.
Yep.
Oh, there's probably plenty of alcohol here.
There's a difference between isopropyl
That's
and
the
whiskey.
joy.
Exactly. Which one's which? You'll never know.
Moonshine.
One blinds you and the other and
No, I think they're both drinkable.
Technically,
Yes.
I can.
well,
At least
Technically.
once. You can do it at least
either
once.
way,
You'll shit out blood with the other one, though.
Yeah, exactly. You'll only do it once.
well,
This
either
is Emily,
way,
by the way.
well, either way, what with what we are currently having to deal with is not going to is not we're not going to be able to if half of our party are bleeding out. Please sit down. Victa says to Castilla.
Fine. And Castilla will little bit of a fake pout sit down.
Mhm.
This is Victor goes through the basic motions like just removing the old wrappings, putting the putting the alcohol on the gauze and starting the wrapping. It's
Mhm.
likely going to sting a moment, but you will be fine.
You already burned it up. It's fine.
Still good to give a warning. Shirt. It's if you still care about the shirt, I can likely fix that if you need it. But
Crop top it is. It's fine. I can crop top it. Tie-dye and crop top it. It's fine.
Mm.
Everything's fine.
Oh, okay.
But this will likely hold longer. Some stitching in the future, or some stitching in the future is likely the best. Is likely going to be the most permanent solution. But I've stitched a wound together once, and that was not. And the end result could hardly be called be called a medical practice. But whatever is happening to these people, it's. I remember, something I talked with Voss. Give me a moment and look into my fucking notes.
How
A
dare.
vibe. Like, I know I spoke about this. Hold on.
This came
Let me
up.
go into my memory.
Conversation.
While we have this brief pause, I was just going to bring up that apparently enough people have Googled if you can drink isopropyl alcohol while breastfeeding.
I was gonna ask why that was a search.
I don't know. We were talking about drinking isopropyl alcohol, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna Google if you can actually drink it or not. So then I typed in, can you drink isopropyl? And then the rest of the first autofill was, can you drink isopropyl alcohol while breastfeeding? And I went, that wasn't my question, but it is now. And the answer is no.
Yeah, I feel like they. Yeah. Why would anybody ask that question?
You'd be very surprised at what some people will do.
But but doesn't
Correct.
everybody know you're not supposed to drink it when you're breastfeeding?
I mean, yeah, but some people don't think. Well, they're like, oh, well, technically it's not alcohol.
I'm like,
Nah,
yeah, I guess that's
Trying to
true.
get the baby stronger, you know?
Yeah.
It's like making your kid eat dirt.
More resistance.
Jesus Christ.
What? Did you not eat dirt as a kid? I ate a lot of dirt.
No, I played in the bird bath and got hives weekly
That makes sense.
because I was a dumbass kid and I said, "Ooh, water."
I have a bird bath, and I know that's nasty. Do
I'm
not do that as a child.
shocked. That did not help build up my immune system, and I'm such a chronically ill person to this day because I got stopped from playing in the bird baths.
Unfortunately, your immune system is a lot of genetics. So if you weren't capable of your immune
Yeah.
system being built up that way, it wasn't going to help you.
Whamp whamp.
I ate a lot of dirt and it did nothing. So now I just have dirt in my system.
Well, maybe it gave you personality.
Oh, it certainly did that too.
I mean, you ingested dinosaurs technically, so.
I ingested dinosaurs. Oh my god.
Anyway, on to campaign. I don't remember entirely, but and he's saying this after getting Spiss to sit down so you can tend to her wounds as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do recall something. I can't remember specifics, but something first mentioned something regarding test subjects. I believe it was. Do believe it was in relation to his short-lived working with Dr. Wiley in Eden Tower.
That's
Getting in contact with him like would likely allow us to have a better idea of what is going on.
Mhm.
I mean, he's not likely going to want to talk to us, though. So does that mean we're going to have to rough him up a little?
I was referring to Verse, not Wiley.
Ah, damn it. I was so eager to fight this man.
When we do find the man, we can absolutely go ham, but
Love it.
But
that's all we needed to know.
But for right now, getting the knowledge where we can is our best bet.
Hmm.
And sometimes knowledge is the hardest thing to find. And the
Yeah.
priciest.
Is that Happy speaking to us, or
He's still in the room. He's standing next to the injured individuals. No one seems to really be paying him any mind.
But I'm curious who this currently disembodied voice is talking about knowledge.
Yes, he's currently near you, standing next to the injured individuals, speaking out loud.
So it is Happy saying this. All right. That is what. Well, that is why a lot of people go. Why the hell I vast amount of researchers and researcher roles trying to find said knowledge. So
you all always, and I don't mean you all individuals yourselves, I mean the mortal kind, tend to keep me on my toes, surprise me, and yet at the same time not surprise me.
Are you disappointed with something we're doing right now?
No. The rest of you are fine. You're licking your wounds and conversating about what you plan to do next in your limited time. I am referring to the conditions of your soon-to-be deceased.
does the person that Happy is the people that Happy are currently next to, do they give any sort of reaction to that comment?
No one's really paying Happy any mind. It almost feels like they don't really acknowledge that he's there.
All right.
You know, even if it's kind of true, it's not very kind to say.
Kindness.
What about them sticks out to you?
They smell awful, and not in the regular way some of you smell.
Either way, my mother mentioned something like that. There's a stench, right?
You're not entirely wrong. This sickness is not natural. That's it. That's all I will give you for free. It's not natural.
Okay.
What was sorry, my mom came in right as Happy spoke. What was the original comment?
He said the sickness is not natural.
Not the sickness. I'm talking like right before Victor said, "Is that Happy?" Or was that the comment?
He said, you mortals tend to surprise me, but at the same time, you don't.
In regards to these people,
It's like you're fun, except you're not.
are you commenting on the fact that we die?
I
No.
feel it's considering the fact that considering the fact I believe that the comment is more referring to the fact that relation to the fact in relation to the fact that the disease is not natural, and basically saying us mortals will use any means to kill each other.
Yeah. But the small one is very correct. You listen in class. Of course, if the other half of you were to stop wasting your time on useless anger towards me and hear the words that I say instead of ignoring it, then perhaps you would find yourselves in a much more enlightened position. I can count the times in my hands when a possible or happening ruination was at your very own creation. Of course, this isn't to that extent yet.
So this disease is very likely to be a creation from, well, most definitely Dr. Wiley. Likely related to
What
the blight.
they are
Yes.
suffering through something that's considered an opposite of ether poisoning. Ether poisoning is an overabundance of ether in your body. It causes the creation, the very pyramid that is your embodiment to overproduce. Too much magic, not enough, not a big enough bottle to contain.
So
Eventually,
instead of being overfilled with aether, they are currently being drained of what is available in them.
And even if they don't have any aether like us, it will sap them dry.
everybody has
Everything, every being has aether in it.
Right, I meant as in the sense of should it be, I would say, one of the four of us, obviously our aether is a little higher considering how much exposure we've had. But since their aether is the typical amount, it compared to
We
us,
would
they would.
likely last. We would possibly last a bit longer, but even then, we would. It's basically it is basically draining your blood. That's a better way to. That's a better way. I feel. I feel it. Think of it in this regard. Or at the very least, the specific application of it.
You're halfway there.
What a Castile is going to flick her eyes a bit and just kind of glance at their soul lines. She is particularly trying to see either any blackening or any fragmentation of the soul line.
The soul lines are small. And if you focus in, you can see the edges of the soul lines. It's a strange visual. The ends tend to split, and from those splitting ends, they turn and they begin to consume the rest of the soul line, almost like a snake eating its own tail.
In Ouroboros.
Their soul lines are basically consuming themselves.
With a lack of ether, you need to find it somewhere.
Tearing
And
tearing their own body apart to try and replace to try and replenish any source of it.
exactly. And with enough time of that happening, there eventually will be nothing left.
Nothing. It's permanent erasure. No, potentially no afterlife if the soul consumes itself.
Mm.
Nothing.
Just like any regular death involving the warp. You have so much information in your hands. Sometimes you just need to sit back and review or listen. I think now is the best time, if ever, to let you know what wager I played. Exactly what wager I played. Why will I tell you? Well, because.
You think it's a fun time?
For once in my eternal life, no.
Ooh. Color me surprised.
You all sicken me.
Sorry, that was me. That was Abby. That wasn't Sassy. I just.
Every last one of you. From the individuals within these confines of this realm to those who came before. Disappointed in the actions taken. And no, I don't mean in wars or murder, creation, whatever brings upon your imminent end. It is within your nature to do so. But yet, you find a way to disappoint me every time.
Tell us how you really feel.
Manipulating the things that you should never have had your hands on. Or trying to change things that never should have been changed. I have told you something ever since we first met. In fact, I've told you multiple things repeatedly over and over again. And if you'd listen, though I know exactly, you probably know exactly the words I will say, the multiple phrases, you would be able to know that their meanings are vast. Usable in multiple situations. For one, I am neither your ally nor your enemy. I just am. This phrase is something I tell you very consistently to remind you to stop putting your ideals upon me. I do not function the way you mortals do. And two, these are the words given to primordials upon creation. It is the first words I've ever heard in my existence. And it's the first words any primordial will ever hear in there. It is a guideline, a rule set given to us by our Creator. It is a guideline given to most things created. The second thing is my wager. I'm certain at some point you've put 1, 2, or 3 together. But I've spoken to you way before you've met me within the confines of Eden. Though at first I did it in jest. Silly little creatures walking upon pandemonium. It wasn't until I saw you with my very eyes, all 300 of them.
Oh, what?
Sir? Sir?
No, that's
Sir?
no. I think that's an appropriate amount of eyes for someone to have.
That I knew perhaps there was a chance.
What? You one of the creatures in Pandemonium? Or at least mimicking one of the, or at least mimicking one of the structures? I mean, that's one of the only ways I can think of that something would have 300 eyes.
You see his form change for a second,
Oh,
almost
no.
shift, and you see this image of an older man with white hair.
Oh, son of a bitch!
It's so fair!
Hmm?
Oh, wary warriors, travelers from Befarge, you've come here and I have a mission for you.
Dad.
A
Oh my
mission
God.
to save the people of your realm for utter destruction. From the end of time, something that's happened to us before. And he shifts
Ceci's
back.
visibly seething.
He shifts back to his actual visage. Well, the visage he portrays to you. I was not wrong. Though I imitated the individual named Zephyr to have a more kinder face. I did choose you for the exact words that I gave you that day.
Dick.
Hmm.
Can you guess who I waged this gamble with?
Fate.
I'll give each and every one of you one guess. Don't.
Oh! Do we win a prize if we get it right?
Sure. Why not?
Would it be a being that we know of, or at least have likely encountered?
Mm,
No pressure. Somebody needs to get it right.
I would say it would.
Ooh.
Fate.
Mm,
That's my answer.
Have you encountered fate?
Technically, we're encountering it all the time if it's a concept, just kind of like how nothingness is a concept. So, I mean,
That's where you're wrong.
Love it.
shit.
Fate is a concept, and it should be ever existing. If I knew where she was.
She.
Happy you're giving out genders here, buddy.
I'm drawn in. Immediately.
Your answer is incorrect, princess. You're eliminated.
Alright.
Gets disintegrated.
Yeah, he just pops you out of existence.
Falls
He's like,
through a
"You
trap
failed."
door in the floor.
I'm glad we all had the same thought.
Who's next?
God, Happy would be like, Happy would do that sort of shit. Just
Considering
suddenly make a
I've been
game show.
hyper focusing on the Infinity Castle door thing lately, yeah, that's what I'm imagining. Just doop, you're gone.
You failed me. Who's next?
We've met them. We have met them before, and it's someone Happy would make a wager with.
Probably those sisters, but that's Emily speaking.
Hmm. Is that too obvious? That's obvious.
Right, that's why I'm like, everything's
yeah.
obvious, but it's not.
Yeah, is it too obvious that it's so obvious that it's right?
I really hope Happy at one point just hears one of Castella's 8-hour rambles with her stupid little pin board, and it's just like, yeah, no, you're wrong.
apart from
Just a
apart from
spider.
that, just apart from that part, that one's right. Pointing to Anastasia liking angel cake or whatever the fuck it was.
Parfaits.
That's right.
Parfaits.
Sorry, I think about that all the
Correct.
time.
Okay, I'll bite. I'll go with one of our infamous Aines. Who do I want to pick out of the ones that I like the least? I'm gonna go with Pride, or who we know as Pride. I don't know if you know who that is.
The Aeens are technically all the same being, but not.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
saying Aeen would have counted for all of them, but you are incorrect.
Well, there you go. I got
Eliminate.
rid of all of them for you.
What if it's Guk?
You
Out
got
of
this,
character, like,
Victor.
what if?
Yes, I believe in you.
Spiss is probably gonna get it.
Get it right. We need this prize. I don't even know
We
what it
need
is, but
bragging
need it.
rights.
You guys can't put that on me because I, as a Vel, have no fucking idea on who to guess.
Just name somebody we know. Name anybody. It could be Lionheart. It could be himself. Like, go nuts. He likes Spiss. We can go with that.
No, that's a terrible idea. Wait, is this the last one to guess? When did Victor guess?
No, Victor hasn't
No,
guessed
Victor's
it.
got to go.
I was like, wait, am I the last one?
You're not our final straw just yet.
Oh, good. You said somebody that we've met or just heard about, right?
Sure.
Gee, thanks, man.
I'll throw it out. With the Primordial Sea that you mentioned before?
Incorrect.
Damn.
Very good guess, though. No, our creator does not talk to us, other than the first words were ever mentioned in existence.
No pressure, Victor.
Oh, come on, smarts. Look at me. Who would
What does
I
it look
place a wager with?
Himself. Castilla absolutely mutters that under her breath and makes dead eye contact, but then also is like, no, I'm not right. Also, my guess is out.
I do feel that you would have made a wager against yourself.
Is that your final guess?
Doesn't feel out of the question for a being like you.
Correct.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
I
Emily is-
placed a wager with myself. Now, why would I do that? What would this wager entail? So many questions, not enough answers.
Can I say
How
out of
much?
character, Happy would love, it would absolutely be a theater kid.
Mm.
There was a time when I looked at all of you with such pride.
Oh, cute.
Born of pure and utter unpredictability. So much so that even fate couldn't entirely write your story through and through. Time had his grasp on you, but manipulation you did. Nothing was a concept to you, but you existed nonetheless. And with your hands you chose to create. So much capability for individuals who did not live for much longer than my breath. I was proud. The one thing I've chosen to create became the most infamous thing, the mortal kind. But eventually, I was spat on. In my disappointment, I gave you all another chance. And instead of accepting your fate, you individuals chose to pray to me for salvation. But something happened. In that time, when you were but a snap away from no longer existing, one of your kind did something I never expected. How mortal of them. They did the one thing that, for as long as I could remember, I thought was not possible. A single individual rose to primordial status, creating a new existence, a new idea, and took things upon their own hands, shattering what once was, making things a lot harder for me to clean. And here we stand, all of you incomplete and broken, ghosts of what you once were. I toiled with the idea of just trying for once in my life and actually getting work done within a timely manner. That is unnatural of me to do. But then I saw something. An anomaly. A couple of them. And I thought, what the hell? I have all of time. Why not place a wager? If I am disappointed again with your kind, I will continue what I've started long ago. But if you somehow, against all odds, prove me wrong, then maybe you were not a mistake. Let me give you a quick Q&A. At the start, I told you something about us primordial. It's not that we are existences and we're just meant to be. No. Not that we will exist no matter whether we are present within the material form or not, or that our creator, the astral sea, made us. Primordials. It was about me being here, or any of us primordials being materialized within you. You would think a being like us, so powerful, us individuals, we can choose whenever we want to come in and out. What did I tell you?
Nothing here
Yeah.
isn't here that's not supposed to be here. Except the primordials. Or, well, you phrased it twice. Nothing in this realm does not belong here except primordials, and then you said nothing here isn't here that's not supposed to be here.
Exactly.
We give Costello a clap.
But I told you something much farther than that. Our second ever interaction, and our first in Eden. If you truly do not remember, it's fine. I can tell you. I just giving you a chance to see if you know.
And I
2 seconds. Castilla's gonna scroll. Emily's gonna scroll. Hold on.
Yeah, because
we're like, hold on, we wrote it down. We're just gonna find the Eden art.
God, when was that?
June, late June, 2024.
2024. Holy shit.
We're like just
Are
getting
you
Eden in
there,
628.
God?
June 24th.
It's me, Fiona. It's me,
We're
Fiona.
all just holding a finger
Okay.
up to Happy. Like, hold on, 2 seconds. Let me just think.
June 28th?
That's the first one I found where we're like, we just got into Eden. That's the
Okay,
one
hold
where-
on. Homeless guy.
Weird
Where's our homeless guy? I know I was talking about him.
We really need to like
Oh my god.
quantify our searches.
yeah,
What's up with this man? I don't like him. Watch, that's just a god, Zephyr's true form. A casual primal on the side of the street. We all fucking predicted this.
We knew. We're like, you're weird, and we don't know why.
I'm gonna be so honest, this is the point where I lost my journal, so
I still don't know who I am.
we're
I
in
can
June
tell you
24th.
it was within the destroyed church. Not church. It was a church. It was a reused
Okay,
church.
okay.
After you found what's his name
Leo.
on the wall.
Leo is not of Asclepian lineage. I found Leo.
Oh, it was around Leo. Because we saw
Kyle
him
and
You
before.
went in
James.
to find Raven, and then
This
after
is
you found that she was
grand.
taken, that's the first time you physically have seen Happy besides him being homeless on the street.
No Raven. Everything
I
is
gave this
fucked.
man
That's what I just wrote.
food. He owes my ass.
Voice coming from toward the courtyard. Blue gray skin, white hair. Quite a mess. Halo's also embedded. Someone got here before. I came for Leo. Scrying. Asclepians, foolish humans, wasted talents. I wasted the talents I gifted them. I am primordial of chaos. None of you are meant to exist. She can't have kids. That's probably about Anastasia. Who did that?
Gee.
This book was my mind. Is any of that what you were referencing? I've got so many quotes. This is so unhelpful. The Aeons were old, but not as old as me. I am different. I am alive before time and souls. I don't apparate unless there is a reason.
Don't apparate unless there's a reason. And if he was alive before the Aeons,
Is that what you were looking for?
Aeons aren't the problem.
Keep going.
Happy sitting here so smugly as the
There's
as
a lot of
girls are.
information there that would have helped for a lot of other things. But
Yeah.
probably.
Again, are you
There's
there,
a chance
God?
you didn't write it down.
It's
I wrote so much shit that he said. Why is none of this relevant? I was just in my angry Cersei phase, I fear.
That is true. You did walk away, actually. in
I
the middle of the
did.
conversation.
That's true.
Oh,
I
shit.
probably stopped writing after I walked away. That's probably so accurate.
Oh no.
Happy making time funny, I wrote.
You don't have to figure it out. He can tell you. I was just giving you
We
guys a
just
chance
wanted to have
decide
a
if
one
you wanted
up.
to
I
find
wanted
it.
to be right.
I don't think we have the one up though.
No.
Wait, okay,
I
out
did
of character.
before.
Happy still owes us because Victor got it right. We get a prize at least.
Oh yeah, I remember.
We got
I
We're
did,
keeping that.
prize.
I did find that the Iron Sisters are planning something that involves the skin book, which the skin book itself is apparently a manifestation of Happy.
Yeah.
Happy's mind.
Which technically
Uh,
we own the skin book, but it's non-magical last we checked.
Yeah, he gave it back.
But
to
we
us,
also
we were like, "That's
they
shit."
have the rod and we have the meteor last we checked.
He thinks
a short lesson on primals. When existence is birth, they don't have a choice in what is created, what becomes a material.
Is any
what
of this tickling your
becomes
fancy?
a materialized item in the realm that he hid. Happy
You
can't
know-
be bound by fate, absent to him as and to us as well.
Lads, I feel like we need to call it quits. I feel like we need to take the L
I
on this
actually
one.
don't think you wrote it down. It might have been the one thing you did not write down.
I'm like,
Damn it.
Probably knowing us.
To be fair, it would have not sounded like anything important unless, with more context. So
Damn
that's
it.
just the way I do things, unfortunately.
Okay,
Time's
fine.
up.
Fine, tell us.
Us primordials cannot materialize by ourselves. I told you once that Ayin was not here by their own accord. It's impossible. I also told you they're not here for the reason I am. They were not brought here by the primordial sea like I was. Oh, come on. You could put 1 and 2 together, can't you?
That's a good question. And I put 1 and 2 together. But I'm not going to lie to you. Me, almost every time you've spoken, I've walked away from you.
No, I've told you what I've told you. I'm telling you, if you can figure out why
Can figure out what? No, you cut out at the end of there.
I'm telling you all this.
Well, surely it's got to relate to us rather in-depthly if you want your wager to pan out. Even if
I
it
wager
is
against
to yourself.
myself. No matter what side wins, I win.
That's true.
No guesses? Should I just tell you straight out?
Can I?
Happy, I'm gonna be so honest. We've been kind of bleeding out a bit today. My vote's yes at this point. I am very tired and probably experiencing blood loss. So that's up to them at this point.
Can I do some kind of check to see if I can piece it together, aka maybe
Sure.
Sussy comes up with some idea?
Make an intelligence check, and then what you roll, I will try to make things sound a little more
How smart.
puzzleable.
How smart am I feeling? First roll, purple, green, or pink?
Green.
Green it is. It's my intelligence. +2. That's pretty impressive for someone who's. Oh Jesus, that's not the dice tray. Oh, that's cocked because it landed on my fucking thing. That's so annoying. All right, let's try that again. I just threw the dice across the fucking desk and it landed on my
Fine.
freaking. Oh, it's only a 13. That's fine.
Only.
It's
That's not bad.
I will give. To be
Sassy's
fair to
fading
you,
in.
I will give the one person that's pretty much built for
Butterbrain.
this to be able to do it as well. Go ahead, Victor.
Yeah, Victor.
You don't want spiss rolling?
I think Spiss should.
I mean, sure, but you only get
I
two
want to
people.
see Spiss roll.
No, spiss should not roll of all people.
Can you roll for shits and giggles and tell us the number, even though it probably won't be canonical? Because I think it'd be very funny if Spiss put this together.
If you get a nat 20 somehow, I'll give it to you.
You heard that here, folks.
Anything else
Wait.
does not work.
You heard it here first, not
Wait,
20.
Am I just rolling a straight intelligence then?
Come on, Vel. Come on, Vel.
Just roll straight intelligence.
Cool. My 12 intelligence. 6.
That's 6. You're doing great.
Spiss
So proud of you.
Primordial.
Think about how amazing that would be, though.
Really funny.
I got a 14 with plus 5 intelligence gives 19. So
Okay. I can try to make it a little easier. Happy was definitely inferring that he'd told you the points that were important. First off, primordials cannot materialize without some means of something else bringing them upon the realm. They cannot do it themselves. 2, Happy was materialized because the primordial sea called upon him for some sort of mission. It doesn't talk to him actually. It's just something primordials feel within them. 3, the Ayin sisters were not called in that manner. 4, Happy is very disappointed in the mortal kind and was absolutely going to destroy everything until he was interfered with.
Ooh, and then wasn't there somebody who became a primal who was mortal?
Someone became a primal, but that is not entire.
Damn.
That is important to know, but that is not relevant to the current question.
Shit.
He's like, I thought that was kind of cool.
I'm gonna be so real. I've been reading my notes so much and thinking about this. I've actually forgotten what the original question here we're trying to answer.
That is the most spiss thing I feel like you've ever seen.
The last point Happy
Try
has
it.
given you is that he's neither your friend nor your enemy.
Yeah.
He
he's
is
male.
both.
Fuck, did he make the Ayuns? Did he do this?
Did you make the Ains? Say out loud.
What is your answer, Victor?
what?
You were the one that were to pinpoint these points together. Everyone else is still going. I don't know what's going on.
Because he's
What?
counting on her fingers for some reason.
Were you the one that called upon the Ayin sisters?
Correct.
Oh my god, you dick.
Hooray!
Oh, because he wanted.
Castilla is absolutely
I
muttering this.
Wait, that makes
manifested the
sense.
Ayin into creation. Of course, I didn't do it in your time. I did it way before.
Mhm.
Back when their pets were roaming the realm. They failed me then, and now they're lingering from that time.
And is that why you liked us? Or you were like, hey, you guys are pretty cool because we could fuck with your terrible creations because they can't see or mess with us as much?
I didn't create the Ains. I just called them into existence.
Ah, okay. Then you like us because we mess with the things that you called?
No. I think you do not feel the severity of the situation.
I'm gonna be honest. The severity of everything feels like so high that you know when you get to a point that it feels like you can't go anymore, and then you kind of feel a bit like
We're
you're
project-
just floating.
Cersei, you're projecting on him again. Mortal stuff.
Oh well, yeah, fucking fuck.
But yes, I understand. But
Good.
yeah,
I'm glad you know what I'm talking about.
think we're all a bit at our limit.
That's the yeah.
I
You
let the
know what a
beast
limit
on
is?
the leash, and the beast was going to consume, and it was stopped. And now we're here, at a point
Woohoo.
where the beast is still out,
Mhm.
still willing to consume, but something happened, and now there are ruptured, changed, turned into their imperfect counterparts, and it's a race against time.
Okay.
You're the point where that you're mentioning with the the things changing. That was Asclepia going out, wasn't it?
Yes, in a manner.
You were stopped from taking matters into your own hands, like you said. Stopped by, well, the A team.
No,
Sophia, no?
no, they were out doing their own thing. They're the ones that shattered Ayin originally. But that didn't stop everything from being destroyed. No, the second Ayin was out of the picture, or at least incapacitated, I was going to do it myself. I don't like to dirty my hands, especially when it comes to my own creations, but at that point I had no other choice. No, I was stopped by something that decided to become more, something that decided to become primordial without the permission of the sea. And that something left the shard in all four of you. Which is why you find yourselves out of the confines of our grasp very slightly. You are tempered. You are all tempered, unwillingly, but tempered like some primal and its followers. Only you're tempered by a primordial, so it's different. Your free will stays somewhat.
Uh, we
Was
we heard the
was it?
word, but we didn't actually ever learn what tempered was. Like, what is it? It sounds ominous, whatever it is.
It's that connection to a being. Uh,
I don't think we ever got told what tempered does. We did in the one shot.
No, it has been mentioned in main campaign.
like I remember because hold on. Checking notes.
I mean, either way, can I get a recap? Because I feel like I've a bit
I can
stupid.
tell you, it's fine. You were told by the Lycan that when individuals are tempered by a primal, not a
Mhm.
primordial, but by a primal or some being in that level, they become somewhat manipulated by that being.
Oh.
It varies.
Oh, yeah.
It could be full mind control manipulation to become a slave to that being, or it can
Huh.
become the driving force behind your actions through your subconscious.
You know, maybe Cersei shouldn't walk off so much in conversations when she gets annoyed or bored. Like she wasn't there for that. I feel like she was like, "Fuck that! I'm not engaging." Because
Primals
Abby
use
knows. I remember the one shot.
temperament. Primals use temperament in such a, how do I say, bestial way. Disgustingly. Other creatures like primordials tend to not necessarily do it very often. We have no reason to, unless it was out of desperateness. Gods do it in a honorful manner. Champions of the gods. Only for those champions to know that their actions are being altered to favor their god.
You know, out of character, sometimes I forget that this setting also has gods. Like,
Yeah. It's because none of us
Like-
really do big worships.
Yeah, no one here is like has a god, so they're not really super in tune to the story.
They just
Like-
kind of exist in the back burner.
Yeah, they're real. We just
be
nobody's like a
fair-
big worshipper.
If they knew, or if any of them know that you have any relation to any primordial, they would probably steer away from you as far as possible.
Oh, lovely.
So nobody get a god. That's what I'm
honestly,
hearing.
I do not remember like the relation between like the power dynamic between gods, primordials, and primals. Like I know primals are like technically like the lowest.
So, I can give you a rundown of that real quick. Anyways, this is a thing that I've told you in like broken up pieces, but I've never told you together, so it doesn't matter. The lowest thing in the totem pole when it comes to that is the mortal kind. Obviously, they're mortal. Next would become anything that becomes semi-immortal or some sort of demigod being. Then comes the gods, and any beast that would have godhood. Then comes the primordials. They are. Oh no, sorry. Then comes the gods and primals fall under the same layer. The difference is primals are brought upon through rapid worship and the use of things like ether and the crystals and all that stuff and whatever that's made out of, to come to existence. And gods were mortals that's not all of them, but most gods were mortals that have risen to a status of that kind by their own means. Even if it was through worship, it was not through such a forced manner. That's why primals are much more animalistic, or they tend to act within a certain mindset or idea, and gods can be a little more
Reasonable.
Eloquent?
differentiating in that manner. Then above that would be the only two gods that were born because of the primordial sea, but are not considered primordials, and that is Bahamut and Tiamat. They're just slightly above what regular gods are. And then there are the primordials, which are quite literally existences. Without them, things would exist without some sort of guidance. Fate would not exist entirely. Time would not be linear. Chaos would be much less. It's funny. Chaos is chaotic, but there is a rhythm to it in some manner. And chaos would be a lot less apologetic of what it causes to do things that does not want to be done in certain ways. In that sort of the manner. That's what the primordials are there for. They're the manifestation of those existences. And then there's the primordial sea, where all life came from. The idea of existing came from.
The primordial that we were tempered by. Was that fate? You've mentioned it being. I vaguely recall it be you mentioning us being favored by fate. If that
I
was
said fate would love you, but I was being, you mortals call it sarcastic. No, fate would absolutely hate you. You are not fate bound. In fact, you are fateless. And therefore, to fate, you would be a blight.
Oh, lovely.
I know the answer. But why would I tell you that? I have no motivation to say much more than what I've said.
But you did say we get a prize. Well, Victor does.
Fine. That is correct. I was
So
going to
it's
give
a
you something
little-
differently.
Wait,
If-
actually, hold on. That's Victor's decision. So, Victor, up to you. It is your prize.
what am I selecting?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
either.
I'll give you one of two choices. Small yellow man, or red man.
Yellow. Are you colorblind?
Colorblind.
Happy Chaos is canonically colorblind.
I do have too many eyes.
True. You looked at the wrong one.
One of them is staring straight into like a bright yellow flower on in different content.
Looks like when you
In
held a
one
buttercup under
hand,
someone's chin.
I have the thing I originally planned to gift you, prize. I will not tell you what that thing is. It can be a vast manner of things. It can be the ultimate weapon once gifted to the strongest warrior in existence. Or it could be quite literally dirt.
Ooh,
On the
Why-
other hand, I can answer one question that you want to ask me. I do not lie, and the question will be entirely up to you. What is more important to you?
When you say you don't lie, does that also mean you won't talk in circles and be like a Fey Riddler? Because
I will be as factual as I can possibly be.
I just wanted to get that one in like writing, you know, just to help Victor's decision a little bit more.
a lawyer fairy.
He pulls
Just
out
want you to-
actual letters that say, I will be as factual as I can possibly be, and he sets them down.
Yeah, that sounds
Happy
about right.
Chaos, everybody.
It's I can possibly be. Note that.
It can be anything, so think wisely. Oh, and you don't have much time. I'm getting bored of the drollness in here, and I plan to leave.
He's mad I told him not to drink, isn't he?
I mean, he said himself that drinking does literally fucking nothing to him. So like,
And I told him he couldn't do an activity he sometimes does enjoy, even if it's just nothing.
Even if
he
it's
does
a
it for
fun
the,
drink.
he does it for the I feel like he does it for the visual comedy of downing an entire thing of whiskey and then not reacting to it in the slightest.
Spish
But
should
why
try
would
and
he
do
get
that.
comedy from that? Oh, good lord.
Okay, I'm gonna say like I have if I'm going to assume that that I would get the option of like choosing between material or the material random ass material or question.
Yes, you get a real choice. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know
Yeah.
what? We can go take our break so that you have time to think about it and talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea what I would ask.
I think we should go
Yeah,
for a
I
random
mean-
item.
Yeah, because I feel like
Low-key.
if he asks one question, it's just going to lead to more questions that he's not going to answer. So
And
it's like
I
you get
feel
one
like-
question, but a
and
million
Happy could
questions.
quickly go, oh, you already know them, and that's it. Like, he could literally
Yeah.
just go, like, if we phrased it, like, oh, we know who's the, like, primal we're connected to.
Yeah. You
Wait,
know them.
don't we have the primals listed? Hold on.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean primordials we have Mother Nature, chaos, time, creation, nothingness, and fate.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm getting mixed up. I apologize. Happy is a.
Primordial.
Primordial.
I am begging if we could have a code name for this because I've written down twice now two incorrect things.
So, okay.
I'm
Primals.
so
We
sorry.
should write a
It does
document.
not.
Hold on.
It does
Hold
not
on.
help
Hold on.
that
We
they,
have a
that it does,
document somewhere.
No, hold on.
but it does not
I'm
help
making a
that
new one.
that both words have the same 4 letters.
Yeah,
Single
there's
dot.
not
reason.
help.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, because
Right.
primals are this cheap imitation of what primordials are. They
But
both
it
act
does
upon
not make it
nature.
easier for
Yeah.
us.
I know. But there's only
Victim.
6 primordials in existence. You
Right.
got one of them wrong, Victor. But there's only 6 primordials in existence.
Right. Primordials. I'm ready.
Mother
I mean, I was reading the list that we were literally given of primordials we know to exist.
Look, this is a new
chaos.
list. I'm making
Yeah.
a new one. Even for me. I'm ready. Mother
Which one did I
Nature we
get
were right
wrong?
on.
I don't think
Happy.
nature is a primordial. I think I said
What?
nature or creation / life
Creation.
is a thing.
Okay, so scratch that. So we have chaos, time, creation, nothingness, and fate. 5. What is
Chaos.
Mother Nature? Jesse, did you say there's 5 or 6? Or were
I
we
said
not told
there's
that?
6. I only gave you 5.
Why the fuck did we have? Okay. Oh, wait. That might explain why
So
we
where-
don't know who yet is.
So where the fuck did I get Mother Nature from?
We've got creation,
I
chaos,
think maybe
time,
it was.
nothingness, and fate. Right?
Yeah, I think it was
Okay,
us
okay, okay.
probably going on the lines of like abominations, or we don't line up with Mother Nature, perhaps.
We also
Something
do
I'm
tend
gonna
to go on tangents that end up being canon in our heads, and then we find out that
Yeah.
they're nowhere near canon. So it might have been one
Yeah.
of those where we might have gone
Look-
on a tangent and then just thought it was true.
Looking at the third Guck Anastasia sibling, that will forever be in my hearts.
Yeah, I think that's our flaw. Is that we come up we headcanon so hard that we think it becomes real.
I think it's the fact that we cling on to those little details, but they could easily be misinterpreted by us, and then we're like, no, it has to be this, and then we hyper focus on the wrong details.
Yeah.
This
feel
is
like-
just like an
Yeah.
escape room.
I feel like we're currently wandering through the streets of New York, but I lost you guys like 7 blocks back.
Oh, thank God it's not just me.
And I'm still there.
Somehow, Vel, you have taken the best notes out of any of us tonight.
Oh fuck.
You're doing great.
I keep getting distracted and then forgetting to take notes, and then I kind of quick.
You're doing
throw
great.
Shit down. No fuck. No.
I'm trying. I'm just gonna listen to this episode over again because I failed halfway
Yes.
through.
I'm also on painkillers, and so like it's kind of going in one ear, and I'm like, yeah, and then going out the other ear.
We're halfway there. Between the 4 of us, we make a full brain.
Oh my god! Finally. Somebody remind me to go through and just post all my videos that I have backed up.
I need to.
Yeah.
I'm
tonight.
backlogged from March.
I think I'm backlogged up until our last one shot and a little bit before. So. I don't remember what
Okay.
that was.
Okay, for
Doing great, guys. Doing great.
The question that we would ask, we know of the 5 primordials. Like, would we ask something about the sixth primordial that Happy mentioned? Because presumably that 6th primordial is the one that he meant the one that he mentioned, like being mortal and rising up to being a primordial, despite it not being sourced from the primordial sea.
I feel like even if we ask and he would be truthful, I feel like considering he doesn't seem to like them that much, or like, no, Fate was her. So considering the 6th primordial, he hasn't really indicated that he likes, and something tells me the sea itself probably doesn't like. I think because that we've kind of gotten a lot of the pieces, I honestly think you should go for the object or whatever he's
Yeah.
going to give you. Even if it's like a gag object, because he's given us a lot to work with. He's definitely connected some of our strings. And considering now where I know all of us, we're all going to go back and look at our notes and rewatch video clips and stuff.
And I think it's very pointed also that when he said, when questioned, are you going to give us a straight answer? He basically was like, I'll tell you the truth to my knowledge, essentially, which is like an easy. I know I keep linking it back to like Fey shit, but that's a very tricksy Fey way out of being like, yeah, I'll tell you what I know,
I think
and
it
then
was
it's
more...
like it's an easy way to like back out of something, or like someone might, he'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll answer your question, and then you'll say, what's the primordial, for instance, and then he'll just say a word and nothing else, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's more just Happy being like, well, I'm gonna try and answer your question as straightforward as I can, but because he's a literal chaos, that can be a bit difficult because nothing he does can ever be straightforward. That's against the nature
Or
of chaos.
Yeah.
or that, or like, or just that like or just that his answer barely makes sense to us, and it's like, well,
Mhm.
tough shit.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's his
another
way of
string.
saying he's going to tell you the truth, essentially.
Yeah. He'll try
I
and
also
tell
will
us
say,
and might not succeed.
knowing Happy at this point, and granted, this could just be us getting lucky, he's given us a lot of stuff. So there's a good chance he might come back to us if we start connecting dots.
Yeah, find out the 6 primordial.
Whether out of fun or pity.
Yeah, but find out the 6 primordial. This also feels like something we don't necessarily need to ask Happy about. Like, I feel like somebody else could easily know this.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
where would that answer take you, ultimately, at this point? And considering we've got like a bajillion and one other things that we're like doing, is that something that's immediately imperative, or is that something we can sort of like figure out later?
Yeah, but like I feel like somebody like Bob or Verse or somebody who has like kind of knows about this weird stuff, they'd be like, oh yeah, the 6 primordials, it's these guys.
Hmm.
We just need to ask. We just need to actually ask them what they know.
It's like Robots, the movie, where the guy's like, you just need to ask the right question to the right people. And is Happy that person?
Yeah.
Possibly, but do we need him to be that person right now? Probably not.
Yeah, we're asking Happy a lot of our questions about the primordials and stuff, which makes sense because he is the primordial. But I think we also need to remember that there are other people who know a lot about this stuff.
Yeah.
Like the the assholes, whatever. They literally, he said they what
Lived
shattered
it.
Ain or something, tore it
Yeah.
apart. So they have to know a lot about primordials and stuff if they kind of fought Ain.
I mean, what the A team, what they fought were the 4 pets of Impulse, the like those 4 like mega demons or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like,
still feels like something they'd know about.
Like connection, yeah, like a connection to her at the very least. Yeah. I think the gift sounds like it makes the most sense in my head, but obviously it's ultimately Victor's decision about what Victor thinks he would be able to get out of it.
Victor, it's your choice,
But
but there's a right answer.
Yeah, Victor, there's a right answer, and it's not the question. I'm kidding. You can do whatever you want.
They're not wrong that there's a right answer, but you know, it's
I'm
your
kidding.
choice to make.
Do whatever you want, Victor.
I hope it's just a handful of dirt.
Yeah, same.
If so, can Spitz have
He's
the
like
dirt?
It's like I'm quoting everything from Pirates of the Caribbean today, but it's like Tia Madala from Pirates of the Caribbean 2, where she hands Jack Sparrow a jar of dirt, and he's like, if you don't want it, give it back, and he's like, no, I want this, but he finds a way to make it useful in the end.
If you don't like it, give it back.
No,
it's mine. Give it to me.
It's my jar of dirt. That's what I really want to happen. He hands him like a pocket full of dirt, and then at one point, in a really random way, it's gonna become so relevant.
We put it in one of still spare vials, and it's just our jar of dirt.
Yeah, this is ours now. We carry it with us everywhere.
It's gonna be the thing that saves the day.
It's like pocket sand. You just throw it in someone's face and run.
He'd be happy, would be proud of us, probably.
Dirt grenade, go! Throw it in their face, it shatters, dirt's in their face, and you just book it.
And glass.
And glass, yeah.
honestly feels very happy. So
He's our boy. Even if he is a riddler. Happy gives me like if you solve my riddles 3 kind of
One of us is
he
telling the
will
truth. One
be
of us is
full
lying.
still skin.
One of
The
us.
joke is they're both doing that exactly.
Yeah, it's
I
just both happy.
I I know I said the comment. I know at least Vel read it earlier at the start of session. Please tell me that's not something that man would do. And make a comment of and just and not even be doing it. He just made the comment of, "Oh, I know what you're doing."
You're doing.
What?
You know what you did last summer.
I made a comment and something I've been thinking about because I've been
Oh.
trying to think more about Castilla and Quinn is that I'd be like, Castilla has two sides of her. There's the side of her that would absolutely fold for Quinn right now because she's been through a lot. She loves her partner, even if they haven't gotten much social time together.
Ugh.
By God, Castilla would love to spend every waking moment with Quinn right now. And do deeds, basically. I hate to admit that. But this homegirl reads smut novels for fun, so and then I'm like, no, because she wouldn't, knowing Happy's here, because in her mind, Happy knows everything that's going on, and the thought of him knowing immediately defeats that. And so I just made a joke of like, I don't know, it's so silly. Castilla doesn't ever want to pertain to do that thing, knowing that there's these omnipotent beings able to watch at all
Everywhere.
times. And and I was making the joke of like, Happy would probably make the comment to her just to fuck with her, like, I know what you want to do, and I'll know, kind of thing, but not be watching or looking upon at the moment.
Just make
But
it
also,
awkward.
yeah, he'd do it to make it awkward. And I can't get that out of my head of Castilla. Yeah. Castilla's life is forever ruined with that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good for you to know that the Primordials don't find anything sex related to be anything that they care for, since it's not
It's
something
true.
they really do.
Happy did just
It is
announce his
Yo,
disgust
Yo, asexual.
at our
asexual
being.
Primordials.
asexual king, ace arrow rep. Yeah. I just thought it'd be funny.
He's ace
'Cause
arrow
I'm
because he
like,
hates everyone.
you're all disgusting.
You're all terrible.
All right. Well, we're back.
Funny.
I like to think that we all took a 10-minute break of Happy just going to get water.
Yeah, he's like, I'll be
Takes a
back.
long sip,
He comes back.
swirls his ice.
He comes back with a bottle of vodka.
You
Nobody
guys make
knows
that
he got from.
decision.
I
Tells
feel
Castilla
like
it's water.
He's just
I
drinking the
feel
like alcohol
Happy-
used to clean the wounds. Just straight.
Oh God, he's drinking ice of purple.
I feel like Happy would also be able to just like take a sip of water, and has the ability to just like make it so that it's a constant sip, just like just
It never
continuously
ends.
drinking for like 10 minutes straight.
I don't know why.
And
I
still
fully
talking at the
thought.
same time.
Go ahead, Belle.
I fully thought you were gonna say that Happy was gonna have the ability to like take a sip of water and turn it to wine like mid sip. Like
That's what I was gonna
Jesus,
say.
Happy.
I was like, Happy is Jesus confirmed.
We've learned a lot about Happy today. He's arrow ace, he's colorblind, and he's Jesus.
These all sound like Jesus
Yeah.
things. I don't know.
If ever killed, he will take approximately 3 days to respawn.
He also casually told you he was your father, so created all of mortal
From a
Oh
beings.
God.
life.
Do we need to call him Grandpa Happy then? Because
Does
like,
that
he
mean
didn't
we've
really
acquired
birth us.
another parent?
Great.
Add him to the family tree.
Yes! One more parent.
Please
There's
do
just
not.
this long, spindly line off to the side of a family tree picture, and it's just Happy.
That would be like if we.
Happy.
That would be like if we made a family tree for ourselves, and at the very beginning we put the little fucking shrimp
The
that started
amoebas.
everything. Yeah.
Yes. No, we're doing that now, Jesse.
Maybe I have.
I put a crab on mine.
Cleansing crab.
Just put a like just have a branch that's like that's like a dotted. It's like a like between like the top parents and happy, just like a dotted line, just plus n relatives, and leading to happy.
It
Like, it's
all
not
ends in
defined.
happy. It all ends
We
in
now
Not
need to
happy.
have
defined.
our
It's
adopted parent lines and then are technically biologically related. Technically.
I'm just gonna have to start killing off parents. There's too many.
Wow!
trimming this.
Just
Gonna have
gotta
to start
trim the hedges.
trimming these
We can start
trees.
with spisses.
Mm-mm.
Fuck it.
Okay, yeah.
Some of the assholes. We gotta get rid of them too.
No!
No!
Let them cope and then let them all have a nice proper send off and live the rest of their small mortal lives when we turn them back mortals somehow.
Exactly.
What?
Taken out like old
The
Yeller.
end.
What is your answer, Red One?
I. Despite what I would want to try and ask, I do get the strong feeling that any answer we get is either going to be able to be taken any sort of ways, either unsatisfactory, unspecific, or whatever could be actually associated with it. So I am going to go with whatever item you had in mind originally.
I think for the first time, um, well, I guess technically for the second time, when he was talking about how he had pride in humans and then or mortals, and then he like was spat on. There is a sense of disappointment and happiness
No.
face.
God damn it.
You disappointed Dad.
God, now Grandpa's not gonna let us borrow the car.
Hear it?
Honestly, I thought intelligence was your strength, and your
By the way,
ears worked for you better than the rest.
Rude.
I've told
Well,
you I cannot lie, and that part was not factored in. I've told you this a long time ago as well. My words are all truth. But fine, take your item. And he pulls into like a little satchel, and I'm gonna roll for this.
Oh.
I feel like Jesse's
sorry,
reading
happy.
off the list.
Sorry, happy to disappoint, but when it's kind of hard to select a specific question when you have literally everything possible,
You have
a
all
bit
the
of
knowledge.
a bit of of over selection.
I will tell you, like Abby said, there's a right answer and there's a wrong one.
Oh,
He
no.
wanted you to ask him something. He wanted you to ask him how his day was. He was just sad that you didn't go, how are you? How
No,
are
he says-
you feeling?
Where not how is happy.
Ask Happy if we can adopt him as our another dad.
He's
Yeah.
slowly gonna get corrupted by it. Stupid mortals.
We just ask to see what would happen.
Oh.
Cersei in the background is just shaking her head, making like the throat cutting motion to Victa as he asks. Because she's like, no,
Want to do this?
don't you fucking dare.
Somebody puts Happy and Cersei in the "This is our get along" shirt, where you put people in a shirt that's too big.
Happy has to
She's
like
like-
hold her up by Happy
It's mildly enthused. She's absolutely fuming.
Happy has her
All
on
right.
his hip like a small child, and they're just in their shirt together, and Cersei is fuming.
I mean, it's not entirely useless, fortunately for you. So
Is it dirt? Is it dirt?
Yeah.
Are they high
Magic
heels?
dirt.
he pulls out from his bag this belt.
Magic.
Oh.
It's made out of leather, and it has this like metallic buckle to it.
Ooh.
Um, And there seems to be a bottle hanging from one end.
Oh my god, did you just get another chalice?
Take your item. And he tosses it to you.
Oh wow, he's mad.
He's so mad. Look at him. He's so mad.
Grandpa ain't happy, folks.
This will be the last time we see each other for a while. No, you're always in my vision. Oh, and because I know what you're thinking. The Primordials are the only beings that know who the Sixth is. They were never supposed to
fuck.
exist.
I should have fucking asked it. Okay, great.
Ask still, it won't hurt.
No, he's leaving. He won't tell us now. He'll be even more.
He's
mad.
already been gifted.
How can someone
Bastard.
who rose from mortal creation be known through history? They're much younger than you can think. Though I guess in your ages they're still ancient. Regardless, enjoy your quality family time. Till next time I cross paths. Whenever that is. And he takes a step. And for a second, it's just a shadow on the ground from the lights and flickering from the torches. And the shadow moves. Gone.
As he disappears,
God, I hate him.
as,
But his teleports are amazing.
as he disappeared, Spiss gave her like wave. Bye.
You have the Alchemist's Potion Belt.
Ooh. What that?
Soup.
Soup.
Throw this within the magic item area.
Soup soup.
So annoying. Soup.
Unsurprisingly, I get the feeling of regretting my choice. Unsurprisingly, given the infinite possibility of the
You
other
only
option.
made this a little harder for yourself, but that's
He sounded like he
We didn't
really
need it.
wanted us. When he offered them, he sounded like he really wanted us to choose the object, though.
Happy
Well, that was
has told you
before we
for a
had the
long
book.
time. Happy has been consistently telling you that he cannot lie to you, and that everything he's told you is true. And if you look back, everything he told you has been truth. Primordials. Well, he just can't lie. It's just a thing for Happy.
Out of any kind of bottle.
He primarily does things by not lying to you, but by not having you ask the right questions. And that's how he gets away with stuff.
See, that's the trick. See, that's why it's. That's why it's. I'm just relating it to real life.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
was
you
just
get
gonna
around
ask, like,
lying.
I was just gonna ask, who is the sixth primal? Who and what is the sixth primal related to?
He already
We'll
gave you an
see.
answer
Domain.
because there's
Too
not
late
an easy
now.
way to go to not lie to you about that. So
Yeah.
But you'd have to ask about the sixth. You mean primordial, not primal.
Oh no!
Primordial primal.
Damn it! We fucked up.
You already would have fucked up. First go.
He's like, oh, a primal. I can help you with that.
The
The
sixth ever
sixth primal
primal.
ever.
His name was Joseph.
He was a bastard.
sixth primal was Bob. He was the primal of building.
Roll
Bob's
a
a
d20.
builder.
Created large towers.
Have you heard about the
Oh,
primal
fucking
Elmo?
God. Fucking
Well.
Clifford.
You got a pretty cool bottle belt out of it.
Unsurprisingly, I do get the strong feeling of dissatisfaction with my own choices, but I do suppose not much I can do about that.
Yeah. I mean, Hindsight's 2020, unfortunately. Yeah,
Do you suppose?
it is what it is. We'll keep it in mind for next time. And next time he gives us a game of 20 questions, and if we answer right, we get a prize. We ask the question.
I'll at least keep this in mind for the future. Do at least now know one extra bit of information about that sixth.
There's a strange thing you notice, Costello,
Mhm.
that you probably hadn't noticed because you were in the zone in the conversation with Happy. Happy seemed to have had a drawn to everyone's attention. Everyone wasn't moving, and then after Happy had left, everyone began their motion again.
Well, good thing it was just a private conversation.
The bandolier, Victa's gonna simply just strap it around his chest. Putting two of the health potions he's got on it.
Mm-hmm.
Did we all notice the time thing, or was that just Costello? The question.
You would have all noticed it. I just pinpointed it to Costello. That's it.
This might be like completely insane. And I feel like most things that I say are insane, but also it kind of feels like it fits in quite well with what's happening. So Happy's the primordial of chaos, but he also can do time stuff. But he also said that he made us, which is creation. So, completely out of left field. What if he like ate the other primordials, and he's also the primordial of chaos, creation, and time currently? Because he
Well,
does all those things.
Just because a being is designated for one certain domain doesn't mean that they can't affect others.
Oh no, but it feels odd that he mentioned creation and creating things, because surely you would think the primordial of creation would create mankind. No? Not the primordial of chaos. I don't know. It's completely insane, and I feel I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time anymore. But it's just a posit thing. You know, I feel like I haven't got anything to link to nothingness, and I haven't got anything really to link to fate. So, like, it's not, it's not, it's not airtight. It's just an idea that I just thought of as the time started again.
We might have. He might have been referring to the primordial sea in general when he was referring to himself. He did do a lot of generalizing in who and what he was referring to. Say,
Yeah, it just felt like when he was talking about like creating mankind, it felt very personal. Like he was like, "Hey, you guys fucked up, and I hate all of you, and you're all terrible." He didn't say that, but that's what it felt like. It felt like a very disappointed father saying, like, "You're all terrible. You all suck."
I would not be surprised, given the primordial's nature, that I would not be surprised if they had something resembling a sort of hive mind situation, not hive mind-esque with the primordial sea.
I don't know. It's a running theory that I'm gonna have in my head, is all I'm saying. I'm gonna pay attention and see if I can find other things that might link him to the other stuff. Because it feels like there's something there, but I don't know. Because again, I feel like I lost the plot.
Unsurprisingly, beings of this nature are confusing as all hells.
I just wanted to like throw it out there just in case anybody else was thinking the same thing. But I'm having a feeling that maybe I was the only one on that page, but that's fine. Oh dear. Anyway, it's still a
Regardless, yes, still family time. Try and focus on the here and now. Your two the bandagings, the bandages holding up fine.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. I think so. Don't think I'm actively bleeding out.
How do you check with this? It's covering it.
If the
Spiss
it's
like
covering
peels
it
up
as
her bandage a little bit
oh no.
to see if it's
leave
bleeding
it
What
underneath.
you
leave
see,
it
Spiss,
alone.
you no longer see a wound where there once was a wound.
Oh hey. Oh, bandages are
You
pretty.
do find a strange um, material
Oh no.
near where the wound was, though. It's very thick, um,
Hmm?
pasty.
Yeah.
Eh? She kind of like pats the bandage back down, looks at everyone. I don't think wounds do that.
Twins do what?
This is just gonna pull off the bandage and show everyone the weird,
Oh.
the lack
The
of a
wound's healed.
wound hint.
There's no wound. It's almost like there was never a wound to begin with. And what's left is this around the corners of where the wound was, this strange kind of pasty,
Oh.
um, thicker like material. It's not like formed with your form. It's just on you like a residue.
Oh.
I don't know.
Does this feel like anything normal? Has this happened before? Is this a Genasi thing?
You can observe it and make a I guess intelligence. I don't know. I guess intelligence.
Can Spiff lick some of it?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead, lick some of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
What
I?
does it taste
Can I?
like?
Can Victor seeing that? Can Victor roll dexterity to stop Victor from fucking licking the weird paste?
You stop Victor from licking it?
Her.
To
Oh,
stop
you
to
mean
stop to stop
I need to
Spiss.
stop myself
I
from licking the
I mean,
paste.
if you can't tell with my I mean my speech has been obviously getting slurred a bit here in time, so like
Oh my god.
stopping
Okay.
Spicitus from licking the weird paste.
I get it.
Not
Owen,
the
you're very
paste.
drunk. It is fine. Sure.
Are we both rolling dexterity?
Go for it if you want to counter it.
Spess really wants to lick
That is
that paste.
that is a 19
Oh,
Wow,
strength
that's
sweet.
pretty
modifier.
good.
Spess, Spess.
Wait, hold on. This is so funny of me, but
Lick the paste.
since I have can I argue advantage because I have danger sense?
You know what? In any other person, I would tell you no, but Spiss would actually feel it's dangerous when someone's trying to take something away from her that's considered food. So
Yes.
Let's go.
Lick the
Ah, it
paste.
doesn't
Oh.
matter.
even then,
It doesn't matter. Spiss is too focused on trying to lick the
Victor,
wound.
how are you stopping Spiss? Because with the amount of strength Spiss has, if Spiss wants to keep trying to lick it, you're gonna have to contest strength. So is there a form that you could think of that might stop it in a different way?
Okay, I just want to clarify. Spiss's wound is like on her arm, right?
It was.
Yeah, on her shoulder.
Yeah.
Her shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder.
So she's just tilting her head to kind of lick it real quick.
Lick it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I feel like, you know how, I feel like Victa is just like pushing against her head, like honestly, like with his hand, just no, just
Can you reach her head?
he did. I
That
mean,
is true.
God,
Oh, but you're
too
sitting
bad.
down.
yeah, I was. Yeah, considering the fact that Victa did had her sit, I had her sit down to apply the bandages, and the fact that Victa was able to apply the bandages in the first place implies he was in easy access to the wound.
When Spiss is stopped the first time, can Spiss just stand up and lick it?
I mean,
The things you thought you'd never be asked, Jesse.
I'm casting.
Can I
Hold
lick
person.
my wound, please?
you're casting hold person, yeah.
Do I need to do it?
Ah, Spiss.
Damn, Spice,
Wisdom!
you gotta make a.
Add
Yep.
that plus wisdom.
Yep.
This is why I leveled up my wisdom last time.
Yes.
I swear to fucking
No
god.
more
if-
negative.
If that plus one,
Ah,
Fine!
ow. Oh.
I think that's probably one of the
I
best
do not-
wisdom rolls I've ever done.
I do not know why it always says 15. My spell save DC is 17.
It might be
Oh.
doing that weird thing where it's taking it from because you're two classes, so it might be
Yeah,
getting them mixed up.
probably.
Spice goes to
whatever.
stand up, and she goes to immediately lick it as fast as she can, but then she's locked in place.
Her tongue is like sticking out.
Yeah.
You can see it
Consider I
shaking
could-
slightly.
Consider, can I borrow one of your vials?
Sure. Castilla's gonna hand it over, but also then go to check the wound on her hand.
Same thing.
Oh,
I
the
trust I don't
tiniest.
I-
Hold
I
on.
trust
If
I
I
don't
roll
have
in
to
that
take
one,
similar
Do
I do
it.
trust I don't have to
Lick
take similar
it.
measures against you.
Castilla rolls in that one. Never mind. She's good. The thought passes her, and then she's like, "Why the hell would I?"
The intrusive thought pass.
I love how you're like, if she gets a nat 1, gets a nat 20.
Castilla's smarter than this, guys. I promise.
Spiss is it. Second that
This
whole
is rubbing
person-
off on her. Damn it.
The second that whole
Victa
person
is
drops.
Victa is going to take like a I just he's just gonna like scrape the paste off of Spiss with I'm just gonna say one of the random pieces of scrap metal he has, like
Oh
just
God,
to
that's not sanitary. Sorry.
I mean, like one of a piece with like a flat edge and is not covered not covered in rust or blood or whatever the fuck else it may be covered in.
Sure. Yes.
I was gonna say scrape it off with his knife, but this is off of Spiss, so like
I druid craft a wax leaf, which is one of those like
Actually-
leaves that have
actually,
hard
wait.
edges, and pass it to Victor.
wait, Victa could just Victa has access to magic that could just fucking make his prestidigitation can just do that, right?
I think
you
it
only have-
cleans
Small.
things.
you only
Not
have 1 minute, a
non-magical
full
trinket.
person.
Yeah,
What?
create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image. Yeah. Victa's just gonna make just with prestidigitation. Victa's just gonna make a fucking like scraper or whatever
Yeah.
with prestidigitation. Scrape it into the vial, and
Can I
then
do a check to see what this is? Just see if it's familiar.
If
Any?
you have like visually.
Yeah, I'm
So-
not licking it.
No, I know, but like you would have to have
Lower
it
the
in your
fact that
hands to be able to
it-
observe it better or something like that. But if you're just
I-
doing visually, then
Yeah, I fly up to Spiss, who's held, and I look at it.
sure. You look at it as Victa scraping it off. Victa, you pretty much get it all. It's hard to get into the vial because of how thick it is.
Yeah.
But you get pretty much all of it off, and you roll investigation. I would say.
Okay.
Actually, it would be more. Yeah, investigation's fine. Whatever.
No character. I can't remember what I did last time. I think it was the green first. So good.
Dirty 20.
No, that was for. Sorry, that was.
Oh, that was for Cersei. Okay.
Yeah, Cersei.
If you're mildly more intelligent, you're free to look at it if you want.
If you were doing it too, then that's fine.
Well, after gathering it, I was just gonna straight up cast Identify on it. So. But.
Oh, I'll let you do that then, because I don't feel like I know that much about this.
But yeah, after Victa scrapes off majority of it with the scraper, he is going to with the bandages that was on it, is going to wipe off the remaining, like the small amount of remaining residue, and leave that to Spiss. She's not contaminating the main source of where he can figure out what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
So
Still gave you a small amount of lickable paste.
You care about contaminating
Oh,
the main thing.
gosh.
You could have gone off of Castilla. She had 2 sources.
At this point, you can move already, Spiss. It's been a minute.
Oh yeah, the second she does, she finishes licking the thing. What does it taste like?
Yep.
It has a strange, almost nickely taste to it.
Hmm.
Does it taste like anything?
You have tasted something similar before. Spiss does a lot of weird stuff, and she puts a lot of weird stuff in her mouth.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
One time when you were younger, you had went out to the more, how do I say, less foresty, more earthy areas of Thick Heist. There's some areas that are not too far from where you grew up. And you messed around with things, animals, and materials and stuff like that. And anything you can.
Spiss was a kid who ate dirt.
Anything you can get your hand on, you kind of you tried it on, put it in your mouth, dirt included. But it tastes more like a reddish material that you've put in your mouth before. That is considered raw clay.
Oh.
Only this material has a much more grayish color in nature, as opposed to the reddish clay.
Spiss just makes Spiss still tongue out, makes the most confused look, and then kind of licks it again. Clay?
That would have been the same thing you got, Cersei. I would have given you the indication that it's similar to clay. It's just colored differently. And there's something about it that's different. But it's not something you can just observe.
See, this is why we should let Spiss put more things in her mouth, because she can just figure it out.
It's the true monster.
If she's eaten it
Look,
before,
I'm
she'll
always
know.
for Spiss eating stuff. It's the others that are against it. Spiss knows so much. Just let her eat things.
She's put so many things in her mouth.
She can't be poisoned. Let her eat clay. Funny. Honestly, I'm not surprised that you've eaten clay.
Visually comparing, and also the two substances, the stuff from Castilla and the stuff from Spiss, are they basically the same?
They're basically the same. They have this grayish coloration to them.
Magical clay that you got from a Nargacuga / field became clay.
Could have also been from Happy, honestly.
It could have.
Or a reaction, or the Nargacuga cougar wound reacting to the cauterization.
Well,
For some reason, I thought
feels like Hmm?
I thought you were gonna say like it was like it was a reaction, like an allergic reaction. I was gonna be like, that's so cool.
Are you allergic to Narga cougars?
And does your allergic
If
reaction
you were
make you
if you were
spew
a
out
loved one,
clay?
Makes spew clay. I mean, I feel like it's another one of those questions that has a bajillion answers, and I feel like it needs more study to know why it did that. Because even if it was happy, he's not going to tell us because he's not here anymore.
Well, at least we don't
when
have
I
to
have
worry
a
about it because
That's true.
it's just clay.
when I have a moment, when I have a moment to further investigate this, I'll take that moment to Castella, you can either the residue on you can either discard it or put it in files of your own with this and offering the small scraper he used or he manifested.
Underneath the clay, is there scar tissue or is it just
No.
I can't add the scar now. Damn it. Okay.
Damn it.
God, I was gonna
Careful
steal a
this thing.
car finally.
I know I ruin everything, don't I?
No. Jesse, it's we love you so much. No, I mean it though. It's cool.
If you take a lick, you can
Just-
figure out what clay tastes like.
I don't want to lick this, but Castilla will scrape it off and also plop it in a vial.
Just out of curiosity, because presumably we haven't moved away from the medic area. Can Cersei just take a quick look around and see if anybody has clay residue on their wounds or on their body, or more importantly, I feel like what might happen is rags. If there are any rags by the bedsides that have signs of clay being on them, or is this just something that is solely a Castellan space?
Make a perception check.
We're so.
How many
sorry,
people are made of clay?
This is-
Oh, it's a 10 plus 5, 15.
15 is not bad, especially in this confined area, and you're not really like restricted to look around. You look around, and the materials that being used, that the maids and butlers are using, do not have it. You don't see this clay-like material anywhere, honestly, like as bottled up or being used or something of the sort. You do notice, on the other hand, the injured individuals on the ground, their blackening is reduced slightly.
Ooh.
And you
Presence
do
helps a bit.
find the clay-like material placed around.
Is it ether clay? She says it out loud to herself. It's like mildly
That
amused at the concept.
might
Ah.
be a possibility, honestly. I mean,
It's like consuming the evil, or the evil's consuming it instead of the people.
possibly.
Or are you clay people? That could also be. Are you made of clay? The silence is deafening.
Are you asking the person who's unconscious on the ground? Bless him.
No, I'm just asking my team.
Oh.
I'm like, guys, are you made of clay?
This man just like breathing very
could ask
slightly
the
on the
man.
ground,
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
dying.
bother an injured man.
I wasn't
Just
sure.
bother my injured friends.
Uh,
Are you made of clay? You
Percy with
legally
a
have to
stick
tell
just
me.
poking at him. Please,
Are you
wake
made of
up,
clay,
answer.
man? Come
Are you
on,
made of
guy.
clay?
Come on, dude.
It's very important you answer this question.
So you're asking Spitz and Costello if they're made of clay?
Yeah. Are you made of clay? I feel like you have to tell me.
I don't know. Spitz is gonna
You
take
know,
a
I'm just
bite of
ruling
her
out.
Like she
Uh,
doesn't take like an actual like drawing blood bite, but she does like put her arm in her mouth and bites down a little bit. Just
Enough that it would bite play if it were good.
you feel however your fleshy wind flesh would feel like on your teeth.
yeah, not say that.
You
Not
know,
that
that's
Does it to
good.
the other
I'll
arm.
strike that with. Yeah, that's true. We have to. Scientific principle means that it has to be tested more than once.
When it's the exact same result as the first arm, she just kind of nods. Not say.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. That rules that one out. She checks the air.
If Cersei and Spiss were running the group, you guys would never get anywhere, by the way.
We
No,
are doing
obviously not.
fantastic.
Anywhere.
I imagine Victa just is just face palming right
We
now.
would still be in Lomban.
Person,
Absolutely.
Person Cersei is like herding cats. Like you're just trying to get them to do
To
something,
be fair,
and they're biting each other.
Spiss has herded Cersei once.
I'm impossible.
Once.
Once
So
at the ball, because Cersei was going on a tangent, and Spiss was like, "Okay, later."
I like tangents. They're my favorite ways to
I
speak.
believe Spiss at the time had the annoyance points too, though. That's probably why you were like annoyed.
Yeah. Spiss has the annoyance points, but that's not.
Nothing can tame me. I go where I want. And mildly have a cohesive thought when it hits the corner of my brain.
You get thoughts?
Yeah, I'm like the DVD logo. You don't know what a DVD is, but they exist in the Feywild. Sometimes a logo hits a corner, and that's what my brain does.
You're all conversating and healing each other.
Castilla's
To
zoning
move
out.
things along, Quinn comes around and
Oh,
taps
thank
you
God.
by the shoulder, Castilla.
Yes, sorry. We yes. Hi.
Hi, I wanted to give you enough time for you guys to rest and collect yourselves. We were just having a conversation with your mother and her friend. If you would like to join us at any free time, obviously. I don't. You guys seem like you've been through a wind wall.
Sorry. We'll be there. Yeah, we'll be there shortly.
Yeah, of course. I was just letting you guys know.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for accompanying us. Sorry, we got very distracted.
No,
glances over at Spiss, biting her arm.
Castilla is choosing to ignore that. Like literally, you can see
Definitely
Castilla
works.
look and just do the.
Scientific method.
You sure you don't want to have her treated? There is a spore out there that causes you to want to eat your own flesh.
Unfortunately,
No, that doesn't affect
I don't
me.
think we're gonna have that. Right. I don't think
Fungus
we're gonna
is
have.
would be
I
different
think that's
than
fine.
a poison.
You do that deliberately.
It's a scientific method. It's very proven at all times.
I will.
Victor is just muttering to himself. How much does that bloody pendant cover?
I do want to warn you all. While you're here with us introducing you, you're kind of wanted criminals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we're I'm doing the best I can to keep the rusted blade from doing anything.
The who?
Rusted blade. Ooh, do I know that? That's Rust Blade.
The who?
You would know that there is a notorious gang of thieves known as the Rusted Blade that operate within the underground of most Stig heists
Let's go.
towns and major cities, especially the main capital. Not the castle, but the central
Within
capital.
the area. Yeah.
City we found Ishta in.
Yeah. They're known as the Rusted Blades. Quinn used to have relations with him when he was much younger.
Oh
You
shit.
would know that as well.
Whoa.
And you're definitely have been getting some sort of indication that you are within their hideout, or one of their hideouts currently. And that may be the people that look a little shadier than everyone else hanging around. They've been eyeing you guys since you've gotten here.
Questions: do they turn our asses in or not, guys?
So maybe don't draw so much attention to ourselves by eating our arms and yelling. What you're saying.
I
Consider-
assume
uh,
that means
consider-
we should. Oh, go ahead, Victor.
I feel the monetary half of less justice, half of the bounty in regards to the state of the queen.
Their patience is here, but it's not without its limits. And the more time this problem doesn't get resolved, the more desperate individuals become. Um, Victor, I believe, and Cersei, you're not. Well, you have the bounty on your heads. Castilla and Spiss are more than just a bounty.
They're connected to the leaders.
We're bargaining
Yes,
chips.
a princess regarded as an assassin, and the princess, I guess, now of the
Relative to the
force of their anger, source of their anger. So
They have
So we
both of them
should
have
not
every right to
overstay
be
our
pissed off.
welcome.
Do you think it would be pertinent for me to have a conversation with them? Less as
I would not.
royal versus. Okay, great.
I would not.
It's like they'll kill you.
Quinn is like, I don't want you to fucking die.
They will murder you.
Now that we've acquired Your Highness, we have to move at some point tomorrow.
Where are you planning on going though? Like no offense, but yeah, okay, Kissela and Spiss and us, we have bounties, but and you guys I don't think you have bounties, but even if you didn't, I don't are you no are you welcome anywhere? That sounds mean, but are you welcome anywhere?
I don't know. I'm trying my hardest to keep the family safe.
You know where you're going then? Is that like you've already got a place lined up? Obviously, you don't have to say it out loud. I feel like that's probably a breach of some sort of protection orders, but do you have an idea of where you're going?
There's a place. Well, my two options that I've suggested. I've talked this over with your father. The main capital is large enough for us to be able to hide within some crevice in there and not be located for a longer
Hide,
period of time. The city of Elysia.
Hide in plain sight. I like it.
The travel would be less, though still a bit of a trek. And I hear that the individuals within Twilight do not really align themselves with the new king and queen. Perhaps they wouldn't mind taking the former queen shelter. Though that would be a much longer trek, and it would require the safest route would be required for us to go up, passing Abatois, because the Tyrant's Glade is not very. The Slumbering Valley and the Tyrant's Glade are not a very safe pathway there. But the Atlas Valley tends to be on the better end.
I mean, if you knew where you wanted to go, I've been to both those locations, so I could just teleport you all there. If you wanted to go. But I can't do it now, because I'm... She gestures to her disheveled self. But tomorrow, in theory, I could open a portal of some description and send you somewhere. But
You speak like you guys are going elsewhere.
oh, I mean, I don't know where we're going. Actually, I mean, I think I know where we're going. Do I know where we're going?
Quinn looks at you, Casilla. Is there somewhere else you need to be?
Castilla definitely looks away as if she doesn't want to say it. Unfortunately, we have business at the castle.
You're mad.
I know.
Your love.
And unfortunately, this not only involves, of course, family, this doesn't involve just Spiss, this doesn't just involve all sorts of things and things we've wrapped up. And it is.
Casilla, you can't go to the castle. You shouldn't. I don't mean to order you around or anything, but you shouldn't go to the castle. You weren't there when everything happened. You don't.
People are hurting.
You don't know what it is you're
Then
asking
tell
for.
me. I don't know what I'm asking for. I don't know if we're doing it yet. There's so many don't knows. Our biggest thing was getting Mom out of the prison and somehow surviving that. Things have been insane since we left, and lots of things have happened, lots of things have changed. But by God, am I not going to let people like that be in charge?
The new king and queen aside, that person there, in line with, she does things. She can do things. She
Get in your head.
puppeteers people with strings.
Yep. We've witnessed that firsthand.
We've seen what that kind of person of that caliber is able to do. Not
We've learned multiple things in the past week alone. Day alone.
Do you even have a plan?
We haven't gotten that far. Again, we only just want to do step 1, and now this is step 2. Now we need to think about step 2.
You see him like visibly frustrated, and he's like pacing
Yeah.
back and forth. Casilla, you don't understand. You were gone once, and we thought you were gone. And you left again with purpose. I can understand. And look what happened, and now you're off. You're going to leave your family again. for something that you don't even have a plan for. Those guards will not show you mercy. They're not in the right of mind. Are you even within the right mindset to be able to slay your own guardmen down, knowing that they're not going to hesitate with you?
I don't know. And I wish I had an answer. And I wish I could stay. And I wish there are so many things I wish I could do. I don't know. And I'm sorry.
Alright, well, you should probably all rest. I'm gonna keep to my promises and do the right thing, I think. And I owe your parents at least safety out of here. I can't stop you. Even if I tried. So, I'm not going to.
I promise there will be a point where it won't be me running off and you having to take care of all these things. You don't deserve this.
Good night.
Oh,
And he steps away.
Castilla looks very defeated. That's all I'll say.
um, I mean, I think that went as well as it could have. I don't know how to make this. I can't make it better. I just, they needed to know. And it may feel wrong. But as you say, we don't really know what we're doing yet. I guess.
So we can figure. So considering that, we can figure it out now. Are we going to? Are we confirming the safety of all these people, getting them somewhere safe, considering the safe house has to be moved? Or are we going? Or are we going straight to the castle? We can figure that out now.
I'd like to personally ensure people's safety. I think we can owe them that much for crashing the party and causing all this, even if indirectly. Less time before we run off.
So we take them to wherever Quinn thinks is best, and then what? We help them. Like, I know, thinking 12 steps ahead is not a good idea, but like 2 steps ahead, what are we staying there for a while to help them, or like
getting them somewhere secure and where they can handle their own, and meanwhile setting up some form of communication between us and them, either through most likely through sending stones. I can establish that connection between them if that is required.
That's also obviously one of our always biggest issues is talking. But how often can you make sending stones?
I
How
mean,
many? Sorry, how many can you?
it's currently I can make a singular pair of sending
Okay.
stones with one of my artificer infusions.
Okay. So
I
we
am
can make one and give it a win. That seems to make the most amount of sense, right?
and yes, and that
Yes.
sending stone can be passed to anyone else.
Oh yeah,
Sure
of course.
I'm sure using motes I'll be able to alter its alter it and make it better in a sense. Either a permanent either set it as a permanent magic item, I'm not using one of two so I'm not using one of the so it's essentially as so it is it's an established item, setting that in stone,
Okay. So
or I can either increase the amount of uses, but I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out here.
so still I feel like obviously, correct me if I'm wrong or overstepping, but this is your family we're talking about. How realistically, how long will it take for you to feel happy about leaving them in the general sense? Obviously, you're not going to be happy about leaving them, but when would you feel comfortable understanding that they're safe? When they've got a roof over their head? When they've got, I don't know, a secret door and a password? Like, because I think you've got the guards that are on your side. You've got Quinn. Do they need us? Obviously, you know, but I don't know. It's also about you because they're your family.
I'd like to get them to a safe spot. I'd like to see things stable for a day or two, but at the same time, my fear is the longer we stick around them, the more likely they'll get found out.
That is a fair point.
I at least would like to help in the travels. I trust Quinn, I trust my family in this, but there's a lot at stake, and I
Mhm.
don't know what I would do with myself if I disappeared again and just left them.
So you want to see them in a safe space and them to close the door
Please.
on you. Okay. I mean, I can get whatever Quinn decides is the safest. If it's Twilight, I can get them to Twilight. If it's Felicia, I can get them there, though personally I don't think I like the idea of hiding in plain sight, but I feel like that's too in plain sight for me. But
Mhm.
I don't know, Quinn's smarter than me and is a lot more stealthy, so maybe it works. I don't know. But I can get them there too. It's just I can only do the woodsy bit because the only other bit I've been to is the castle, and I don't really think they want me teleporting them there. That's
Yeah,
a bad idea.
yeah.
We going to Twilight would like would also we could also bring them to Tregvold. That is where Bob and that is where it was said that the airship was going to be leaving Bob and
That's true.
the rest of the crew.
Was there freeze at the drag vault? I don't remember.
Yeah, there's
Out
massive
of
forests.
was it, yeah, okay. Then yes, I can do that too, Victor. I can take them to the drag vault.
And
Take us.
I do feel that the like despite it being unlikely that the dedicated leaders of the Dregvault Guild, you know what? I feel like I do not remember the guy's name, but the Red Dragonborn that got fucking left in the desert.
Red? No.
Korak?
Korak. Your
Korak, yeah.
character?
Your character? Oh my.
It's been ages
Oh,
since I've
Korak.
thought of him, so like, give me a bit
Jesus
of slack.
Christ.
He
Listen,
might
do
not
you
even
not-
be dead, Owen.
Also,
Listen, have
your own creation was not a red dragonborn, so
He's
you got that wrong too.
Hilarious.
Damn.
Listen,
Korak
I've
just
messed-
thrown
Poor Korak, man.
the
color-
Andy meme. I don't want to play with this
what
toy
color
anymore.
did I make him?
You made him like brown or like yellowish.
Like a bronze.
Yeah, like a bronze. Yeah.
Hilarious. I mean, the drug vault is a good idea. That's also where Rend lives, and Rend is pretty useful. Like, constantly. So if they need like a quick escape, having Rend readily available might not be a bad idea. And Lighthouse and Faye and Korak might have made it back. You're powerful. I mean, it's something we can pose. Obviously, it's not something that would ever realistically be on Quinn's radar because I doubt they've ever been there, but it doesn't hurt to offer it as an option.
Right.
And if we go with them, we can obviously mediate since we've been there before and give them the best chance.
At the very least, Dragvault is close to Twilight. So possibly getting an idea of what is occurring in Dragvault from Twilight might not end up as a bad move. Might be the right way to take this.
I mean, that makes the most sense if we're going with. We give all the cards we know and have to Quinn, and Quinn knows the plan, so whatever they think is best. We just, we give him everything we know, and Quinn can hopefully make a more educated answer if he know, if we know what the plan, what the overall plan is, how many people we're taking, that kind of thing. But I imagine that's already planned on their end.
Safe to say we need to have a conversation.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, my mom always used to say that you should never go to bed angry. I don't know if it applies to yours and Quinn's relationship. But he's like before when Quinn was there, kind of seemed a little annoyed, maybe just a little.
He has every right to be.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I don't know if it's worth. It's a very quick turnover, but I don't know if it's worth just, maybe just the two of you, so we're not all staring and awkwardly third, fourth, and fifth wheeling that conversation, and just let them know we're on the side. We don't, we're not trying to be different.
Right.
But again,
No,
that's all
understand.
entirely you and your Quinn's business.
Kind of hard to talk with him. I mean, most of our life has just been with letters. So,
Yeah, I
but
didn't think
you're
about that.
absolutely right. So, thank you.
It's okay. I'm actually great at relationships. I'm kidding.
Cersei giving dating advice. I love it.
I'm so good at relationships. Everyone I've ever had has been amazing.
Cersei's determined to see one couple survive.
Let that be love.
No.
Please. I love love.
What are we doing, folks?
Dilla wants to go seek out Quinn. She
Let
wants
love
her
happen.
boy.
Let love happen.
The girls are fighting. It's okay.
You see Quinn standing near your mother and Pop, and the deformed version of your father,
Sure.
who just stands there, kind of like not knowing where he's at, looking around with his one little eye hole from his bag.
God, there's so much to tackle. God.
Little baby.
Does
You
Castilla have
go
her
approach by
friends
yourself, Castilla?
fifth
Or
wheel, or does she have her parents' fifth wheel? Take your pick.
There's always a fifth wheel.
Castilla is gonna walk up because she does need to acknowledge that her dad's here and talk about what happened. Pardon the intrusion. I did need to finally come and say hello.
your Pop immediately speaks up. Well, it was only a matter of time. Been here waiting the whole time to see when you wanted to speak to us.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Castilla's gonna hug him.
Fine. You have your friends over there. I'm sure you're enjoying yourself.
Enjoying. Um. Uh, yeah. Let's go with that for now. Good lord. Okay. Apologies. It's been. I am gonna say sorry so many times to every single person here. Millions and millions of times because good life is insane. Everything's insane. And I wish I could say that I knew what was going on and that had plans and everything. But or at least alive. That's a positive. Everyone here is alive in some way, shape, or form. Still is desperately trying to keep this is fine mentality.
Your mother speaks up. Casilla, I understand. Nothing is okay right now. Nothing is okay. And that happens. I don't want to tell you what you should do next. But you and your friends seem to tackle things by yourselves. And I do not recommend that at all. From my own experiences. And your Pop speaks up again as well. I came and joined this family a little further in, but I know my fair share of things when it comes to stick heists. I've read up quite a while. It's such an interest of mine, this land. This isn't the first time Stigheist has had to overthrow some sort of higher rule from a person that had unspeakable power. It's not the first time that it's happened before.
He's
And
talking
it's-
about the fucking tyrant.
And it's not the last time. Though we don't have it written in scriptures how, but the queen once, the original queen, once gathered the people of the land to, it's told in the story, to assault the tower and take back the land that was once theirs. But they did it together as a people, not by herself or
Pull out, goddammit.
a couple of groups of individuals. It was a whole nation of individuals who didn't really agree with each other, but they all came together for a single purpose. Your mother speaks again. Stigheist has not always been the most connected realm, but we're more scattered than we've ever been. In a matter of months. And I have a feeling that all this was being played on for quite a long while to get to this point. But nothing's going to get done if we stay scattered. So I say, Quinn, I would like to make my vote for where I want to go. I believe the best place for me is the city of Elysia. I need to let as many people know that I'm no longer gone. Whether it puts a target on my head or not. If we can't get everyone to help in some manner, it doesn't matter if you guys or we or whoever is capable of overthrowing the individuals within that castle. This land would stay scarred. And perhaps with no more guidance. Scylla, your opinion matters. You know a lot of what's happening. I can see it in your face. I don't need to know the interconnected workings of what creature being has been planning this or is pulling the strings. I've seen the woman who's been behind, at least for this. But I know that they're messing with my land, my people, and I'm going to do something about it. But going there in enemy territory without a plan, by yourselves, does not sound like the most rational thing to do, no matter what your capabilities are.
I think unfortunately, I've gotten father's headstrong and also anxiety because, dear Lord, I'm terrified, and I think that's why I've just been running and going headfirst in everything I know. But you are right. This is big, and this is bad. You make a lot of improper decisions on short times. Abby! God damn it! You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Your daughter's about these stupid things stupid as fuck. Doctor!
Doctor.
Oh, laughing hurts. Ow. You're good. Oh shit, no wonder I'm in pain. I haven't taken pain. Okay, hold on. Sorry, recollecting back into the Castilla mindset where she's sad. Okay. I'm so sorry. You're good, you're good. We're slowly just now starting to put some pieces together. But honestly, actually having the contrast against, well, you being alive and obviously not being dead would definitely put a hindrance in some of the plans. Granted, yes, it would put a target on you, but frankly, almost every single person here has a target on their head for whether this thing or that. And like you can see, Castilla's trying to ramble and like get the pieces out. She's trying to open up a bit, as much as she can be open. I can't make this decision alone because unfortunately this ties my friends in. But my opinion is, as much as I want you far, far away from Lucia and everything going on in this, I think running isn't really going to help at this point. That is, also running ahead in isn't. So taking our time, getting things together, and letting people know, spreading the word, would not be a bad idea.
You hear Quinn speak up. He's been silent this whole time. It's not impossible to break free from her control.
Did she with you? Or did she have you under her control?
She did.
Fuck! Fuck! Damn it! Okay.
Quinn is still under
What?
her control.
No! Get out of here!
It was your mother's voice and the sound rationality of her words. And it's almost like for a moment I was able to slip back into the seat.
Good lord. Oh, my boy's traumatized. Oh no.
I think these people need to hear assurance. They need to be told that there is a way and that we can get this place back under our control. I apologize, Queen, but I don't think that voice needs to be heard from you.
Emily just put something together. Don't mind me.
I think I think they need to hear that someone else, someone new, is going to promise them their freedom. You see your father, the deformed, lanky man, reach into the
Oh.
bag.
God, I love him.
And he pulls something out.
Sir?
A ribbon-like material. Similar to the material used to make the scarf you've had for so long.
Oh, God. I want to cry, Jesse. uh,
He utters your name for just a second.
God. I think that's the point Castilla's dam's gonna break. I really do. There's gonna be like a slight nod, followed by a single tear, and then Castilla's just gonna sob and bury her hands in her face. Like she's smiling, but it's still it her dam's down. There's no I can be brave, I can faking this. This is real now.
You know what? We're gonna end there.
Fuck!
I think that's a good place to end it.
God damn it.
I don't see
Jesse!
us going anywhere within the next 5 minutes. So yeah.
Good lord, no, we just cut back to Spish chewing their fucking arm.
We go
It's
back.
gonna work. That's scientific.
No, see, Spiff only tried
It's
her
just-
arms to see if they're made. She's made of clay. She knows she's
It's
not
just
gonna
Cersei
kill
over there.
herself.
It's just
Other
Cersei over there going like, "Do you think they made up?" And then just they turn to look at Castilla crying on the ground.
Oh.
Castilla is ugly sobbing right now because, dear lord, her mental stability is in the negatives, but she's got to
Like-
be here for people.
Trying
In
to
a good way,
download
in a
the
good way
lip
now.
read.
Cersei goes,
during
are they breaking
during
up?
that conversation.
I think something's going horribly wrong. Oh wait, no, they're smiling. Oh, and now there's string involved, maybe?
No, I think.
Oh.
This is,
Oh.
I think this is a good thing.
What, the string?
Oh, that is a
Or
lot
the
of
crying.
tears.
I don't know.
Therapeutic? Maybe? Do they look like sad tears?
Is it rude to make a bet on this?
Absolutely not. It's
Oh
great.
my God.
Let's do it.
We
Sad
have a
tears or
betting
happy
chat.
tears?
I'm adding a betting chat to the one server.
Sad tears, happy tears. Place your bets.
Vika was definitely like casting identify through ritual during that while Castilla was talking with
For the clay?
talking with her family. Yeah, on the clay.
The biggest giveaway, Victor. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I was just saying that the conversation that I was just saying that the conversation definitely lasted a bit longer than 10 minutes. So
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. The biggest giveaway as everyone's talking, your two good old reliable Cersei and Spicitus are having their banter. You get the mental visual of what the identify spell tells you. And it just says your reward.
That's so funny. God, Happy, you're an asshole.
I love Happy.
You
Oh.
wonderful asshole.
Why am I not surprised
Jesse.
it comes back to him?
I mean, in a one shot, he quite literally pulled out Clay and healed the
He
one
did.
person. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking forgot.
Oh shit!
I completely forgot about that. I was literally thinking, but like when we saw the clay, I was thinking, oh yeah, this is totally Happy because Happy made people, and there's like a mythology thing about how like people are made
Oh,
from
like
clay or
making.
something.
Oh my
Yeah.
And
god.
I was going along. I
Yeah.
was going down this like long convoluted path about like connecting it to Happy when in reality it's just yeah. In the one shot, he used clay to heal somebody.
Yeah.
You already
He
did this
slapped
before.
clay on Morgan's wound and just fucking was like, "There you go, you're fine. Get up."
Yeah, Morgan had her whole shoulder blown open, so it was like much more than the open wounds you guys had. There was also
Get
the
up,
identifier
bitch.
that he was over the corrupted people originally, messing with the bodies when you first saw him,
What a lad.
and that's why they had clay on them as well.
I am going fucking feral over tonight, Jesse. My god. No wonder
This is
you
fun,
wanted me
though.
here. Damn it.
Ah,
Ow.
Sussy's wrong.
How is there not going to be important family stuff when your family's here and you're here? Yeah, they're just going to go, you know what? You know, your daughter who you haven't spoken to in a while, and then she had to leave again. You just can't speak to her again, and she has to leave.
I think it would have been funny if Casilla was dead this whole session for a little bit. Like, not dead, but like, blood loss. And she just misses all of this important stuff and wakes up like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
God,
how's that going to look?
good lord, Jesse, Jesse, yep. I put together that when Quinn was hinting at the are you gonna strike down guards, people you know kind of thing. Now that I know the context, um, was there a little bit of a hint to are you willing to strike me down there?
No. Like if that were me.
I mean, it was in there, but he was genuinely he
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
he was genuinely asking you if you were actually, because he knows that they're fully in control from her,
Mhm.
and that he was asking, are you willing to kill the people who served you, because you probably would have to, like,
Yeah.
it's just there was no avoiding it.
I really think the call out on you guys need, especially to Castilla, is that you need to stop rushing into this shit was very much needed. That you can take a moment to think, because by God, you're going to kill yourself at this rate, and I'm shocked they haven't.
It's not possible.
Don't say that, Abby. Don't say that. I have
We're
Malachi in the
invincible.
fucking back burner.
We're
Don't.
invincible. Don't worry about it.
Meanwhile, Spitz in the background is just like, we're not going there immediately. Thank God.
I secretly wanted this all along.
Spitz is like, I don't have to possibly see my parents yet. Great.
Honestly, Victor was more leaning towards just getting this shit done and over with.
See, that's Castilla's thought. Is like they know we're here, might as well. But also the idea of the four of us rushing in there. Probably Quinn was right. I didn't think about the guards. Thus, Castilla didn't. Like, there's a good chance we'd have to fight a lot of people, especially people Castilla at least knows, which is gut wrenching.
It's a death
Yeah.
sentence. You had to fight your guards, plus whatever you were going to do involving Spicitus's family, plus an Ayin sister. So
Yeah.
there was a lot going up there.
I
Yeah.
also feel like sitting here, that call out is good in a sense because we're known to rush into these things. They already know we're here. They know we've been in the prison, if Red's any indicator.
Mm-hmm.
Because Red is being puppeteered. So while Happy might have let him out, still being controlled by the Ains. So, or at least, Pride? No, Impulse. Sorry, Impulse. So they know we're here. There's no getting around that. There's no sneaking in. There's no way in hell we are sneaking in. So it would have probably been. I think
Yeah.
the idea that we don't have to rush in is a concept Castilla hasn't thought about, unfortunately, which sounds horrendous.
I think we're
Good
so
Lord.
used to that of like we're so used to there not being enough time that I feel like we've kept that concept going, even though realistically, once the quote trap has been sprung by the Aeens to be like, hey, we know you're there and we're gonna send this guy to get you, it's like, okay, well, at that point, they're not going to rush into anything because they've got a plan and a time that they're setting on, and they don't care about us other than killing us. They think we are pathetic. Let's be honest. So we need to become a threat that they can actually be threatened by. Because at this point, it's almost like we're just like nuisances. So it's like,
Yeah.
are you going to push up a plan for something that you feel like you can just like swat off a table? You're not gonna. And that's the vibe. And I feel like because we're so used to being like, we don't have time. Like with like Eden, we're like, oh shit, like we really don't have time. And then we blow up a mountain. Well, we didn't blow a mountain, but what's his name? Orin blew up a mountain. And it's like, oh crap, we need to go. And then it was like, oh shit, but we haven't. Even though we don't need to go and go and go, our brains are still like, we need to go. We don't have time.
I think it's the fact that our characters as well have been in panic mode for a long time.
Who knows anything other than panic mode at this point?
I think that's hearing that call out of from Quinn, especially for Casilla, because Casilla loves Quinn. I mean, I'm sorry, there's no getting credit. That's her boy. It's fascinating because Jesus Christ, we are all in panic mode, and I don't think I remember our party not being in panic mode since like the first 10 sessions.
Panic
so
is
being
awesome.
told to stop, to think for once, might actually be beneficial, folks.
Yeah, like the entire Eden arc was a sort like trying to figure out what was literally draining the life force of the Feywild and other realms. That was definitely like a the stepping stone for figuring out what the fuck Ian was up to and leading to us initiating panic mode with realizing what other bullshit Eden had its fingers in.
Mm-hmm.
I will say we learned a lot tonight.
We did.
Are we gonna remember all of it? Doubtful.
Yes,
we are doing our best.
But we have the video.
We're gonna watch it again.
There's a lot.
And we have a week.
There's a lot with what Happy has to tell you.
I'm gonna transcribe every single word that man said.
We need to use that one thing that lets us connect strings, but digitally. I don't know what it's called.
I can give you a bit. I know I'm pretty. How do we say? Cryptic with the primordials, especially Happy. But I mean that's just how they are. There's no.
Oh yeah. That's his vibe. He gives. I said this earlier, but he gives like, if you solve my riddles 3, I'll like tell you something. Vibes like a bridge troll.
Happy admitted a few things. One, he is the source of all your problems.
Yay!
Yep.
He quite literally told you he's the source of all your problems.
I knew that anyway.
But it's more complicated than that. Happy could have easily just ended everything the second the little turmoil that happened. But he saw an anomaly and he decided to throw a wager against himself. Because there's two sides of Happy. Not like a split personality, but there's two sides of how Happy feels about the situation when it comes to mortals. Second, he didn't tell you exactly what it is he's disappointed about mortals. There's a thing they're doing that he just doesn't like. And it has to do with a lot of how he talks about people, existences, and what they do. And how acting with your nature.
We like to be, I don't know the way to phrase this, but it's the sense of we always want more. I don't want to say egotistical, but it's like we always just keep like kind of in
Striving
the
for
sense that,
nights.
okay, I'm gonna explain this in a character arc from Critical Role. Aor, we got so like big brained, but not big
Like
brained.
Icarus. Icarus flying too close to the sun.
Yes, we keep
Yeah.
flying towards the sun. We're suicidal. I hate to
Mhm.
admit that.
You're not
Mankind is suicidal.
you're not entirely wrong, but it is the actual answer is much simpler than that. But the idea is correct. It is
Keep
correct.
doing
It is
stupid shit.
it is so simple. It is within the words he gave you. He didn't give you the answer, but he gave you it's quite literally your nature, your title.
Creation.
And those two
Creation.
things
Man,
apply to it.
man be kinding. Mortals.
Man make, man break.
He also implied. So he released Ayin, but he said he released Ayin a long time ago. Every word counts. He didn't say somewhere else. He didn't say. He said a long time ago. That was his phrasing. But it didn't work out, and he was going to do things himself. And then a single individual was able to rise into a primordial, not a primal, but a primordial, something that's never happened before, something that in Happy's mind should not be possible to rise as a primordial without the primordial sea birthing you and giving you a purpose. Making their own domain in terms of something that they're in control of, and they themselves took action for the situation. Splitting everything apart is the term he used. And you'll get to know all of that. You don't have to figure that part out yet, but that is one of the moments where I'm giving you some breadcrumbs to a larger answer, and that larger answer is big. It has to do with the sixth primordial. It has to do with what's inside you. It has to do with this too. It has to do with not like in a focused way, Spiss, but Spiss's character is involved with this as well through her purpose. It has to do with the realms. It has to do with the assholes and their realm. That's the Big Bang. That moment, that primordial rising and then splitting everything. That's the Big Bang. And when you get to it, if you don't figure it out beforehand, when you get to it, you'll get a full. You guys get to sit down and just listen to me play out a cutscene because you get a full
Let's go.
description of how it happened and through the individual's eyes, essentially. Yeah. And Happy's bet is against the mortal kind right now. He's giving them one more chance to prove themselves through you guys. In a sense,
No pressure.
yeah, in a
No
sense,
pressure, guys.
it's not as direct as you think. It's more of he finds you guys as an anomaly, so he's trying to see whether or not the anomaly can be a cure, not necessarily, but like a hope that it's not going the way he thinks it is. And if not, you're all dead. So it's a
Right.
Yay!
I feel like the route that he hopes that we don't go down is the create a god-killing gun route.
Why not? Let's make a god-killing gun. Let's do it.
you're
That's what happened to Asclepia, and you see how that went.
Yeah, god-killing gun.
I'll tell you what, there is a common theme throughout all these things. Even the things that Happy doesn't like the purposeful disgust he has when he talks about certain things, that's all connected. Like it's all. There are two characters in this entire campaign that I play where everything they do has a reason. that is happy, and that is someone who hasn't, I guess, been introduced yet. But happy is for sure one of those people that everything they do has a reason, and those are all little clues to solve to yourselves if you solve it earlier. These are all things that are main answers to the story, and I won't let them go unanswered. But they're all a part of it. It's just I know I say that so often, but it's I mean, you see it in moments when you realize, hey, this old thing I wrote was so relevant now. Like I do that very often. Bunch of seeds, and then I'll let them grow. And eventually we're getting to a point where seeds are no longer going to be a thing. It's just going to be everything is growing. But I forgot to have Happy meddle with you guys more, because he should be a little more prevalent in terms of meddling with you, because then it's gonna feel weird because he's so important to the story. I also just don't want him to pop up wherever the fuck he wants to, because I seem like I did that a little too often with the Anastasia, but then I remembered, well, it was two characters, so technically it wasn't Anastasia always appearing there. It was also Impulse. So
It just gets to the point where we just see like Happy like in the just like in like randomly in a battle map, just like walking down a corridor.
oh, I
Every
will tell
time.
you, that question would have absolutely been answered in sincerity, and it was my one way of letting you guys hear an answer way before it was supposed to be told to you, because Happy was willing to give you that as an answer.
In our defense, we thought we were being smart.
Mm.
Of
In our
course,
defense,
it's fine.
I mean, we also didn't know that we wouldn't be able to find the information out literally anywhere else about the sixth primal. So like,
I think whenever Bob and anyone else who knows about primals has referred to them, they've only ever talked about 5.
They have. That's why I'm like, we're not getting it, guys.
So
It's fine. Who needs it?
and the way Happy tells you, it's because the 6th primal was created at that endpoint, and they are, while to a normal mortal's life they're really old still, in the life of even gods they're pretty young. So they're very unknown. Their concept is a newfound concept, and that's why the things that are happening to you guys is so new to everybody, because it is part of their concept.
also, can we just establish that to just call primals like as opposed to like
Or
just
primordials.
primal,
Yeah.
just call them like just call them like beta primal, beta primordial, whatever. Like
I can also call
Could
them
give a
titans.
double name.
Titans
Titans?
is another term I can give them, because
For
they're
which one?
for the primordials. Because
Big boys.
relationship wise, they are like titans to gods in Greek. So
Okay, pinning that for future reference, guys.
Mm.
all right, yeah. I was just
Pinned.
saying that because you did just say like start saying like the primals.
I know
like
I was getting confused from this
That-
session.
I was getting so confused. I think at one point you did it while Happy was talking, and I'm sitting here like, wait, what? Wait,
No,
which?
what?
Maybe I should give the primals a different name.
It happens when everything has similar names. We're all like, hold on, wait, well.
yeah.
I
Like,
gave
I
them
get
a
why
similar
they
name
have names.
because it's supposed to be, primals are supposed to be a disgusting mimicry of primordials.
Oh yeah. Like they're
So
connected.
that's why.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
but
close.
I think it's a good idea. I just think primal and primordials, it's the same beginning sound, first two sounds. Or actually prime. So technically it's 3 sounds. So when doing that, I think we all just get so confused because our brain goes, which was it last?
Yeah, like it like the first 5 word like the first 4 words in either word are the exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know
blame
what then?
everything on it being 4 in the
Here.
morning.
Here, will make more
call it-
sense. We'll call here. This is gonna be official. All right,
Okay.
Write this down. Write this down.
it's being changed. We'll keep the Primordials.
Okay.
The Primals will just now be called Titans.
Okay.
Okay.
It makes sense. That was the nickname for the 4 creations of Aines, the blonde Aine. They were also
Mhm.
just referred to as Titans.
Mhm.
You could say Happy. Happy's changing it up on us.
Sure,
That's-
yeah, he's right. He's rewriting the story right now. So we'll just refer to them as Titans. Those
we've got-
4 pets are
Okay.
technically were also primals, so they're Titans now.
Okay.
Titans,
So
okay,
primordials
okay.
are primordials. Primals are now titans.
Yes, they're now
yeah,
Titans.
Okay.
so
Got it.
so Guck was almost ascended into a Titan.
Yes.
Okay. That makes okay.
But
Titan primals, primal titans. I don't know.
it's good. It's good. I feel like it's gonna be a difficult.
It's gonna be a difficult
transition,
transition.
but
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna be much more thankful about it in the future.
we're
Yeah.
still firing, but
For
it's
everybody's sake. Because
So-
Jesse, by God, if we sent you a lore document, you're just gonna look at this and go, "What the hell is going on?"
Fuck
Just
is
from
on
that
that.
alone.
I will know when you're referring to something wrong, but I'll be like, yep, this can be one of the things that was just giving them so much confusion. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, there we go. Now it's changed. Now when we get used to it, you'll hopefully no longer be confused.
Thank you.
Gosh. You know, next time we meet Happy, we just challenge him to a game of rock, paper, scissors, and whoever wins gets a question. That's how we go about it.
I will say, if we meet next week Friday again, Abby's not here.
I am not. I'm
Mhm.
away.
We
I'm in the
can
forest.
do a one shot since now it's being talked about now, or the little mini campaign thing. We don't have to do that though. Or you can start the beginnings of Alexander.
I was gonna
whichever one.
offer potentially for a mini campaign if you would like a break, Jesse.
Oh,
I
I wouldn't
could
mind.
try and do something, whether it be silly or serious, I don't know, but that'd be up to y'all. It would let me test some things out. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I don't mind.
And with Owen, I feel so bad that you might have to leave our campaign. It would give Owen a chance to continue some Brenda stuff.
If I'm unable to, and that's not accepted.
Okay.
But
Yep. We'll still figure that out. Let me know when you do want a potential send off. I'm so sorry. I don't I don't want to lose Brenda. I love her too much.
yeah, getting a second shift job when literally everything you've planned so far has been in the afternoon is not fun. But thankfully, this campaign is not threatened by it.
That's why I'm glad I was able to ask for just getting Fridays off.
Yeah.
Like any days you can't
I mean,
work, and I'm like Fridays, not Friday nights.
I mean, every other job I applied for, every other position I applied for was like a first shift or like a weekend shift, and this was just the one time I went, and this was like the one time I just went, yeah, fuck it, fuck it, I'll try it, and con- and this has been the first, and obviously this has been the out of like 20 out of this is like like 20 other applications like like considering my efforts as well as like the hiring company I went through. This was like around like the when like I said, would not be surprised if this was like close to like the 20th attempt. So like
You gotta do
know
what you
you
gotta do.
Do it, Owen. Please know, I know I said in DMs and stuff, but I'm not mad. life is life. You saw me for the past 2 weeks. But like, Brenda is always welcome. Please, please, please know that. The door
Yeah.
will forever be open. And hey, maybe I can harass Val to play Doppelganger, Brenda, for like a few weeks.
It's this in a top hat.
Smiths in a top hat. I mean,
Wearing a wig. One of those hats that also has a wig attached.
Yeah.
Like a Halloween one.
we already have a horse. Why not just throw Spiss in a wig?
Exactly.
Happy through Spiss here for fun. Throw you in an alternate dimension for, some fun times.
This is how I've been making
With
Monty's backstory.
oh my god.
If we do like that little side campaign thing, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna play Monty and add it into her backstory later.
See, I'm contemplating playing Malachi still because I think it'd be funny.
That'd be perfect.
I like my stupid man.
Stupid man.
He's so stupid. I love him. I want to play a character that's not like he's smart, but he's not. He's smart on his skills.
He's streetwise.
He's street smart.
I'm
got the
so
street
glad
smarts.
because we'll have two. Then we'd have two street smarts of Monty and Malachi. No other intelligence needed.
I say this knowing damn well this guy was studying to be like a doctor essentially in his town.
Like if I were to play Braidlin, then they would just be the ultimate inclusion in that, because anything nature wise they'd be able to give a good answer to, but like even then that is still even then their knowledge is not that broad. Like it's basically just focused on like survival stuff and on just stuff for survival, and outside of that they're basically fucking clueless.
God. Okay,
Like,
so this is the
These are the
campaign in
morons.
which we are all sitting here. Yeah.
All right, guys. Elion had a really high upbringing. She was like a rich child that got stuck in a classroom for years. He's smart.
like Braidlin's also illiterate, so like
Oh no!
Yippee.
they are a wild child raised by
okay.
a direwolf, so like
I could probably teach you how to read. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Love how this has just
They're
turned into us info dumping about the judge sharks now.
Listen.
It's not difficult. It's all symbols. Symbols
I
are
mean, if you guys
relatively easy.
really want to do a side campaign with those characters you really like, and main campaign finishes, and you want to continue on with the side campaign and make it into another main campaign, that's entirely possible. That way, you can invest more into those characters. But that's whatever. Because I've used a lot of your characters up, and I don't mean to.
I can keep.
I'm just
picking
going down
up.
all my PCs.
Throw them all in.
I mean, the side campaign was going to be a very simple way to just do fun, goofy things, and it could always end up turning serious at any point, because the two ideas I had, if I were just going to DM it, if Emily wanted to DM instead, then we'll just do. I'm fine with both. I don't mind either or. I either was going to do you work for a guild in the continent that is currently shrouded, where Spiss originally lineage comes from. That way, it's stuck in that continent, and you can't really get out of there because the continent's locked behind an eternal storm. They purposely do that to not let people come in and not let people know about them. And they're problem solving hunters.
A mystery gang.
You'd pretty much work for that, and so it would just be a bunch
Mystery
of
Incorporated.
Oh my god, wait, I can maybe make up a
God.
character for that. Fuck!
What's the Scooby Doo?
Coming after you! I could play
you
my
work for
dirt.
problem solving characters, but I mean, you can use the Jet Shark group if you want to. That'd work perfectly fine. I mean, you work for a guild. The other
of-
one would be either set later or set before Instig Heist up, and you're all students of the Azure Sanctum. So
Cool.
that was
Fuck! No, these are both things I would do. No.
Honestly,
as well as if you wanted to DM those two situations, you can absolutely do that if you wanted to. Like, it doesn't matter.
I will say there's a good chance if I DM, it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a side plot thing to the current campaign I run, Wildmount, where kind of like, but it'd be less of a your actions are impacting the story and more of either a precursor of a future thing. Just kind of running through that world because I have everything together. Or I'd be testing out stuff for whenever I run a new campaign because I have been having to start planning that. And it would just help me test out some things. Completely up to y'all though. I will say, like, Wildmount, you guys have kind of seen the Feywild when I ran that one shot. And it is Critical Role. I hate to flat out just admit that. That's why I chose to run this. But the other campaign is going to be very a mix of typical fantasy and then eventually bleed into almost like space travel. But it'd be very much the beginnings of that because I need to hone some things in because I want to homebrew a good chunk of it, and I have deities in mind, but they're not your typical deities. And they're funky little guys, so it'd be kind of fun to play around and get the vibe of what's liked and what's not.
Just funky little guy.
I will say as a spoiler, because I haven't gotten much of it, there is one deity who's very vain, who is literally a floating jacket cloak almost, and then their head is a display case, and there's just a single butterfly that like shifts its wings to emote. That is my. It sounds insane. It's more pretty in my head, but that's one of the gods. Can't tell you much else. They're just there.
Honestly,
all
yeah,
you
that
can
feels
know.
about right for the chosen representation of a literal god related to space
I
travel. Like honestly,
I really want to play around with concepts of deities, of what can like what minds. That campaign is definitely going to be a. I want to play with things. I want to go dark, but I also want to go into in-depth stuff. Um, less what I've been doing in Wildmount, where I'm kind of just letting the story guide itself, and more of a. There is an overarching plot. I'm so sorry, Wildmount crew. I messed that up. I really like stories where players are kind of just going through their own stories, unfortunately. And when I do introduce things, it doesn't seem like people are interested, so I'm just like, okay, cool, we're gonna tackle this backstory now. You guys are gonna go help stop smugglers. Aren't you excited?
well, you guys have time to think about it, whichever you guys want to do.
yeah. Honestly, I do like the idea of keeping of like if we do mini campaign with Jesse as GM, I do like the idea. I would prefer keeping the story like the storylines like disconnected with the two storylines disconnected like and being in a continent literally just cut off from the rest of the world feels about as disconnected as you can get.
We can vibe in our corner.
Yeah.
No corner of the universe.
I could offer the Magnus Archives RPG system. I have all the PDFs for free that I could share to you guys. It would be a horror thing, but that's up to y'all if you would like to go that far. Because I completely forgot I had that.
I will say,
Yeah,
personally, I am more leaning toward the shrouded continent one.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'm not ashamed. I know people don't like horror that much.
I'd have to
I
look
just wanted to
and
make
see.
sure you got
I'd have to
you.
look and see
You.
what
I
Why I
wanted
category
do
you
it
it's
to
very
have
in.
subtly.
options.
That's why I give you guys a lot of breathing room when I do it. I do feel like it should be in there because the warp is very weird and dark,
Yeah.
but I do give it breathing room for when it's happening.
Yeah, and sometimes having moments where, like, honestly, the prison could be a fucking horror movie. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
honestly,
Start.
either one, either the rat prison or
Yes.
the
A rat
Steakhouse prison.
prison.
Oh
Either one.
shit! A rat.
staring
Sorry.
at a
Sorry.
staring at a our character is staring at a rat Hulk tearing apart a random prisoner.
Yeah, if when I do extra stuff, or like if the second campaign would ever happened, I would, it would be, I don't like to do the same theme, you know, like this group is doing a lot of big stuff, deep things related to other things, like it's things related to the primordials, right? Even the mini
Deep
group,
lore.
or if I did a second group, it would be much more, I think my second thing would be much more grounded. um
You know, like
so
just try. You know, things like, hey, investigate this this thieves guild, this group, this gang that's been
Mm.
terrorizing our town, or like, hey,
Don't find a
hey,
skin book within the first
at the
3 hours.
start I do feel like I would want to do something more related to the regular gods, because I don't
Somebody make a
like, this
cleric.
group doesn't touch him at all, so you know.
Malachi's a clear.
Like, no,
and
stay
having
away.
a character, and honestly, Braylon, that would also help fit Braylon into that storyline. Honestly,
And if the primordials are ever like involved, it would be indirectly, like you know, chaos magic exists, right? So that would still be a thing and stuff like that, but you'll probably never see
The
Happy
odd warp thing might happen.
or the actual like manifestation of the primordials. It wouldn't be a story about that, you know.
yeah.
Your characters will still be there. They'll exist. If at any point there's a reason to have an interaction with the future version of your characters, that would be a thing. But that's if there's a reason. You know, I wouldn't purposely guide you to that direction.
Yeah, we just have a scene where it's like they're just like walking past in the background of a town, like going on their own supply run. It's just a moment of like, wait, I know that person.
Oh, it's like a sequel anime where you're with the new characters, but you see the old ones in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
I will
Why?
sob if I ever get to see Future Castilla in anything, even if it's like fan art or something. I will cry.
Yeah.
like the two parties literally do not interact in the slightest, like at all, but they're there.
Our
I do
guys.
I do
Hovering.
plan, if whenever this campaign finishes and whether or not we keep playing something else or not, I would probably call you all back if you wanted to do a one shot
No.
after the campaign, and like a shorter storied one shot, like maybe max, depending on how fast you go through it, between 5 and 10 sessions. Not really that,
Oh
you
my
know.
god.
They're
I
all
would
level 20 and
cry.
badass.
Because
Just
I
be
can't
an
fit
analog.
I can't fit anywhere in this story Spiss going back to her origin content, and so it would be something like that, relating the
Oh
the
god.
unknown, going to the unknown continent that the rest of the world doesn't know about. So
That.
Spiss goes home, and she's never been there before.
A real home.
and
Oh,
so it
damn.
would probably be a story involving them, and then something that's been happening there, because they're, you know, it gets weird when you're not connected to the rest of the world, you know. So
Things get weird. Story of our campaign.
yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
hate to keep Abby awake for so long.
it's fine. Can you hear the birds? They're all awakening. They're
Oh
very loud.
no. Oh no, no, no.
No,
Abby, you
it's-
need sleep.
It's the sun. They wake up with the sun.
It's the sun.
The sun's been
Abigail.
rising for like an hour already. It's fine.
Abigail, go to bed.
Abby's like staring out the
Just-
window, like, it's time to wake up. Morning.
It's time to get up. I mean, last time when we played session on Thursday, I had half an hour and then I got ready for work.
Oh my God.
Abby.
It's so
Does
funny.
not
You're
help
such a
you,
bud.
women.
Because obviously, normally when we play on a Friday, it obviously into Saturday. I don't normally. I work every third Saturday, and we don't start until like 8 o'clock. So I'm like, oh, I have like 4 hours of sleep. But yeah, on that Thursday, I was like, well, time to go to work. It was great. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm full of energy actually. I wake